candidate and the PDP logo to the ballot. African Democratic Congress ADC's Ambassador Oluwadare Patrick Bejide, popularly known as Dari Bejide, is a veteran Nigerian lawyer, diplomat and statesman who currently serves as the official governorship candidate for the African Democratic Congress ADC. Ambassador Oluwadare Patrick Bejide was born on August 1st, 1959, which makes him 66-year-old. He was born in Ilawe, Ekiti, located in the Ekiti Southwest local government area of Ekiti State. He is an alumnus of Obafemi Awolowo University, OAU, Ile-Ife, where he graduated with the Bachelor of Laws LLB degree before being called to the Nigerian bar. Ambassador Bejide holds a long-standing, multi-decade career that spans international diplomacy and high-level internal state governance. In the early transition to Nigeria's Fourth Republic, he was a key foundational figure in the Southwest political framework, serving as the pioneer state secretary of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Ekiti State between 1998 and 1999. In August of 1999, President Olusegun Obasanjo appointed him as the Nigerian High Commissioner to Canada. At just 43 years old, during his active tenure, he managed Nigerians' bilateral interests in Ottawa and established major relations within North America. Mr. Bejide condemned Mr. Oyebanji for underperformance, describing the roads under his administration as a nightmare. While the ADC has gained popularity at the national level, it remains unclear if that acclaim had reached Ekiti State, where residents were more conservative and divided between PDP and APC. Accord Party's governorship candidate Opeyemi David Falegan is popularly known as ODF. He is a British-Nigerian military officer, business analyst, philanthropist and politician who serves as the Accord Party flag bearer for the June 2026 Ekiti State election. He was born on June 10, 1969, making him 56 years old. He hails from Ado Ekiti, Ekiti State, Nigeria. He attended Ekiti State University, EXU, over 26 years ago. He later moved to the United Kingdom, where he pursued a doctoral program at the London School of Commerce. Governor's office. His primary campaign manifestos emphasize public infrastructure, student support, and power supply issues for higher institutions. Falegan gained significant media fame across Nigeria due to his highly publicized romantic relations and public split with popular Nollywood actress Nkechi Blessing Sunday. He maintains dual ties, having resided in England for over 2 decades, but his children hold British citizenship. The Accord Party governorship candidate is known for philanthropy through the Opeyemi David Foundation. Action Democratic Party (ADP's) Honorable Ayodeji Ojo is a 42-year-old Nigerian politician, administrator, and the official governorship candidate for the Action Democratic Party in the Ekiti state gubernatorial election. Before transitioning into a flag bearer for the party, he served extensively within its administrative framework. In March of 2024, he was officially inaugurated as the Ekiti State Chairman of the ADP. He took over leadership of the state chapter immediately following the high-profile defection of the party's 2022 gubernatorial candidate, Irelu Kemi Elebote Hali, to the All Progressives Congress (APC). During his chairmanship, he was praised by party stakeholders for his structural reliability and capacity to steer the party forward. The African Action Congress (AAC's) governorship candidate, Akonde Oluwasegun Samuel, is a Nigerian politician and the governorship candidate representing the party. At 36, Akonde stands out as one of the youngest governorship flag bearers in the race, closely matched in age by Abegunde Ayobami Blessing of the NNP, who is 35, and Bidemi Awubemi of the APP, who is 36. Akonde Oluwasegun is contesting against the incumbent governor, Biodun Oyebanji of the All Progressives Congress (APC) and other alternative candidates. The Allied People's Movement (APM's) governorship candidate, Joseph Anifowoshe. Mr. Anifowoshe, who is 65, was the APM governorship candidate of Ekiti State until May 13. Area, often described as a proud son of the land of honor and integrity. Mr. Abegunde, who is 35, has a 30-year age gap between him and his running mate, Francis Ajayi, who is 65 years. He attended Divine Mercy Secondary School before completing his studies at Comprehensive High School located in Ijesha, Isu. Before making his entry into mainstream politics, Abegunde established himself in commerce and network management. In November of 2025, Abegunde emerged as the consensus candidate for the NNPP after all other party aspirants voluntarily stepped down for him during the primary election held in Ekiti. On November 13, 2025, he became the first candidate on the Ekiti 2026 cycle to officially receive his certificate of return at the NNPP National Secretariat in Abuja. The certificate was presented directly by NNPP National Leader Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso and National Chairman Dr. Ajuji Ahmed. In his Workers' Day Goodwill message on May 1st, Mr. Abegunde vowed to resolve issues of delayed salaries and unemployment when he is elected into office. The People's Redemption Party (PRP) governorship candidate, Pastor Praise Ayodele Olani, is 49 years old, who is an educationist, entrepreneur, and community leader. He serves as the People's Redemption Party's candidate. He is a native of Ikere Ekiti, located within the Ekiti South Senatorial District. He studied food science and technology at the Federal Polytechnic, Ofa, where he first ventured into leadership by serving as the Student Union's president. He has pursued advanced academic training and currently runs 2 master's degrees in administration. Through this non-governmental organization, he provides humanitarian aid, focusing on supporting widows, mentoring youth, and empowering women. He holds a PhD of the Ekiti State governorship election. At age 38, Adetunji stands out as one of the youngest candidates in the race. His platform centers heavily on youth inclusion, structural governance reform, and alternative economic modeling for Ekiti State. Running under the banner of the Zenith Labour Party alongside his running mate, Adeshina Oyinini, Adetunji's campaign pitches itself as a third force alternative to the dominant All Progressives Congress (APC) and the People's Democratic Party (PDP) blocs.
One state, 16 local governments, 177 wards, 2,445 polling units, 14 candidates, and the history books ready to look towards Ekiti State and the whole event that happens, one of the most tightly contested states in Nigeria. Well, on KAFTAN Television, we welcome you to the special live coverage and analysis program. We are broadcasting live from our Ondo studio on KAFTAN Television as Ekiti State heads to the polls in what promises to be another defining chapter in the state's democratic journey. Hi, Ham.
And yes, we are live from KAFTAN Television.
Voters in all 16 local government areas of Ekiti State, those
including reports from polling units, voter turnout update, expert analysis, candidate profiles, electoral history, governance review, and reactions from stakeholders. I am Ajoke Helen Akintimoyi. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Ajoke.
Good morning, Joshua.
And yes, I think it's another very, very wonderful time, and I've been expecting and anticipating today.
Okay. Yes.
And I'm very happy that at least we are going to see what's happening in Ekiti.
Yes, what they have in store for us.
What they have in store for us, actually. Yeah, and talking about what they have in store for us, I've been seeing our reporters out there trying as much as possible to get us updates. And I want to just assure everybody that is watching this today that, trust me, on KAFTAN Television, we are going to be bringing you in-depth analysis of everything that is going to happen.
They are really
today.
doing a great job.
And yes, I'm already seeing predictions here and there, people talking about the fact that this time around, it could be very different in Ekiti. I don't know. I have my personal predictions.
Okay.
As a media person, I'm not going to be sharing what my predictions look like.
Okay.
But then I think today in Ekiti,
it's giving a new vibe, it's giving a new aura, atmosphere, everything. Like, give more than the past elections.
Yeah, talking about more than the past elections, we know that when it comes to election period like this in Ekiti State is one state that is the smallest among states in Nigeria. But when it comes to competition, they are very competitive.
Yes.
I know, like they call them the fountain of knowledge. They are extremely
knowledgeable,
and
they know what they are doing.
They know what they are doing.
Yes,
they know
their responsibility, their duty, what they want and what they don't want.
And the truth is that if the current governor, in the person of Biodun Ebanji, wins today, it will be the first ever governor in Ekiti that actually won his office, simultaneously, back to back, because it has never happened in Ekiti. And yes, we don't know whether history is going to actually
create itself.
Not even create itself, actually, because we know that over the years, not even Fayemi, not even Fayoshe ever got to that point.
Yes.
So we don't know how this one is going to be, because honestly, if you look at the list of candidates that are actually competing with him, we are seeing people like Oluwadari Bejide from the African Democratic Congress. And we know vividly well that if we are talking about an opposition in Nigeria right now, the African Democratic Congress, ADC, is
a strong opposition
party. Very strong opposition. It's a very strong opposition party. And we are saying Wale actually from the People's Democratic Party too as well, which I think
is actually another strong opposition party that we actually look into today. Yes.
We'll see. We'll see what happens actually. We'll see what happens actually. Because there are lots of factors that will actually determine this election. But
I mean, quite a lot of factors.
Yes, quite a lot of factors actually.
And yes, Ekiti State has consistently been a significant role in Nigeria's democratic development. I mean, that's actually true.
Very commendable.
Very true. Actually. Producing some of the country's most closely contested elections from the return to democracy in 1999 to this present day. The state's electoral journey has been marked by intense political competition, judicial interventions, and active civic participation. Like you said the other time, that the people are very knowledgeable and they know what they are doing.
Well, throughout the day, we shall examine the state's governance history, review previous elections, and assess the performance of political actors and analyze development as they unfold from the field. We will also even look and we'll on our spotlight on INEC particularly, because we all know this is also going to be something that will make us ask questions about the efficiency of Joash Amupiton as the INEC chairman. And yes, we are going on a short break now, after which we will be bringing you reports from the field. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
to the polls to cast their ballots to either retain the ruling party's Governor Biodun Oyebanji or elect a new governor from a pool of opposition front runners. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC)
both military and other state police. So I believe everything will go fine and fair.
Another resident of Ekiti, Mrs. Chidi Umago, urged all gladiators to be calm and allow free and fair election.
Peace, that is what we need, and free and fair election to everything to go successfully. All the police and the INEC people, they should do their job perfectly. Free and fair election, that is what we need.
Mr. Jamiu agitated for free and fair election that will make the state more peaceful.
So my advice for them is to make everything peaceful. Peaceful. It's peaceful election we want in Ekiti State. We don't want problem, we don't want any trouble. So everything should be peaceful. That is what we want.
Mr. Eshukbofu said set and ready to vote, thereby directed his speech to INEC that INEC should make the election free and fair.
And they should act as expected. We Ekiti expected both INEC and the police to play in a good manner, to be as a human being, and to let each one and everyone vote be counted.
From Ekiti, the Ekiti State capital, Temi Tope, Adedeji reporting for KAFTAN TV News. The political atmosphere in Ekiti State looks calm and cool as citizens showed readiness for the election. In Ekiti, the state capital, a trader who joyfully spoke with KAFTAN TV crew, Damilola Ogunkwade, said that the voters should go out to vote for the candidates of their choice and employ the security men, most especially the police and the INEC, to do the needful and allow people's votes count.
My advice is for the voters to follow the procedure given to them by the INEC officials. And about the security of the things, I believe we've been doing free and fair election. So I believe we should create more time. And I believe there's one thing I want to talk about. There's what we call fingerprints when you want to do accreditation. Some people won't have their own voters card anymore. But I believe with your fingerprints, you can easily accredit your stuff. You understand? And you can vote even without voters card. And I believe with that, the election will go free and fair, and we need a good result. And we know the governors and the aspirants that we want to vote for. I believe we know the one doing well and the one doing well the other side. So it's for my own choice to know who I will vote for. I believe I've been seeing different deployments of security, both military and other state police. So I believe everything will go fine and fair.
Another resident of Ekiti, Mrs. Chidi Umago, urged all gladiators to be calm and allow free and fair election.
Peace, that is what we need, and free and fair election to everything to go successfully. All the police and the INEC people, they should do their job perfectly. Free and fair election, that is what we need.
Mr. Jamiu agitated for free and fair election that will make the state more peaceful.
So my advice for them is to make everything peaceful. Peaceful. It's peaceful election we want in Ekiti State. We don't want problem, we don't want any trouble. So everything should be peaceful. That is what we want.
Mr. Eshukbofu said all is set and ready to vote, thereby directed his speech to INEC that INEC should make the election free and fair.
And they should act as expected. We Ekiti expected both INEC and the police to play in a
NIGCOMSAT, like we actually said, area code, which is what 6 unit 3. Okay. Is this particular thing?
Ward
So the
6.
name of registration area. Ikogusi, like we rightly said. Area code, which is what? 6 unit 3. Okay. It is this particular thing.
Ward
So the name of registration area, Ikogusi, like we rightly said. Area code, which is what? 6 unit 3.
So wọ́n ní fún ẹni tí irú àgbàlagbà tí ò mọ ibi tó máa tẹ̀ ó fúnra rẹ̀ ló máa sọ pé ẹni báyìí.
Yes, the ballot box. Yes, the ballot box.
Mo ti try nọ́mbà yín lálẹ́ àná bíṣọ̀bù ló sọ fún mi. Mo ti try láàárọ̀ ìjọ bíṣọ̀bù ló sọ. Ẹ máa bọ̀ lọ́la o àbí nǹkan bíi 1:30 kẹ́sì dé. Ó ti wá pẹ́ jù 2 lórí kẹ́sì dé. Mo try nọ́mbà yín lálẹ́ àná bíṣọ̀bù ló sọ fún mi. Mo ti try láàárọ̀ ìjọ bíṣọ̀bù ló sọ. Ẹ máa bọ̀ lọ́la o àbí nǹkan bíi 1:30 kẹ́sì dé. Ó ti wá pẹ́ jù 2 lórí kẹ́sì dé. Mo ti try nọ́mbà yín lálẹ́ àná bíṣọ̀bù ló sọ fún mi. Mo ti try láàárọ̀ ìjọ bíṣọ̀bù ló sọ. Ẹ máa bọ̀ lọ́la o àbí nǹkan bíi 1:30 kẹ́sì dé. Ó ti wá pẹ́ jù 2 lórí kẹ́sì dé. Mo ti try nọ́mbà yín lálẹ́ àná bíṣọ̀bù ló sọ fún mi. Mo ti try láàárọ̀ ìjọ bíṣọ̀bù ló sọ. Ẹ máa bọ̀ lọ́la o àbí nǹkan bíi 1:30 kẹ́sì dé. Ó ti wá pẹ́ jù 2 lórí kẹ́sì dé. Mo ti try nọ́mbà yín lálẹ́ àná bíṣọ̀bù ló sọ fún mi. Mo ti try láàárọ̀ ìjọ bíṣọ̀bù ló sọ. Ẹ máa bọ̀ lọ́la o àbí nǹkan bíi 1:30 kẹ́sì dé. Ó ti wá pẹ́ jù 2 lórí kẹ́sì dé. mo ti try nọ́mbà yín lálẹ́ àná bishop ló ń sọ fún mi mo ti try láàárọ̀ ìjọ bishop ló ń sọ. so ẹ máa bọ̀ lọ́la o àbí nǹkan bíi nǹkan bíi 1:30 dé ó ti wá pẹ́ jù 2 lórí 2:30 dé.
Welcome back from that short break. Those were some reports updates from Ekiti State. Now we are moving on to the newspaper review, where the major headlines this morning are dominated by election preparations, voter expectations, security deployment, and projections from political stakeholders.
Yes, talking about the news stories that are trending for today, especially the newspaper headlines. Let's take it to Vanguard. Yeah, Vanguard newspapers actually. Where at page 37 we are seeing Cross River mystery killer saying, "I waited 27 years to take revenge." Wow, that's huge. And at page 30, yes, we have something about the Ekiti state elections, where they say Ekiti D-Day, 10 parties go for Oyebanji's office. And also, if you look at page 6, you will see that UK ruined my reputation and integrity. It says designing Alison Madueke. I think we'll even look at that very soon, so that we'll look at what actually designing Madueke is saying. Then if you go further in the newspaper, page 4, you will see Kwara ends era of missing files, endless delays in land administration. But then at the main page, the main headlines for Vanguard today, Saturday Vanguard, says gunshots as Abia youths show the way, attack terrorists, rescue kidnap victims. That's a way to go. Sometimes you don't have to wait for the security operatives alone. You yourself can be the security of your own state. Then we also see an headline at page 13 which says Boko Haram suffocates 12-hour-old baby in Chibok. That's a very terrible news story, and we hope that the government will put an end to the issues of insecurity as soon as possible. Let's take one more. Okay, I'm saying Nigerians to federal government. Terrorists can't truly repent. That is at page 10. And this is a story that a lot of us needs to actually talk about as soon as possible. Yeah. The issue of repentant terrorists, repentant bandits. I think I'm tired of hearing that kind of story.
And even Nigerians are tired generally.
I don't know in what world terrorists actually repent. Well, still left for us to see. But that's for the Vanguard today. What do you have for us?
Yes, and from the Guardian newspaper, the major headline today is from the Ekiti State, upbeat as Ekiti electoral dream, smooth poll, from page 8. And on page 20, we have xenophobia, South Africa reputation, erosion is not theoretical. And from page 4 to 5, we see how pesticide depopulates bees diminishes harvest. And from page 2 to 3, you have not disappointed me. Tinubu hails Wike. And that's all for the Uganda newspaper. What else do you have for us this morning?
This morning, actually, I still have from us from the Saturday Tribune. And at page 13, I'm saying, I was avenging the death of my parents' brother. Cross River's alleged serial killer says.
Should we say that's self-defense?
So we can't call it self-defense. It's just vengeance in the actual sense. It's murder.
Okay.
So sometimes but then sometimes when it comes to a point of vengeance, you don't know the lengths you can go towards. But then also we are seeing a new story at page 5 that says, drama as 2 lawyers appear for PDP in Wabara. Others sued against INEC. 2 lawyers. That is to say, they took the matter seriously.
To involve 2 lawyers.
I think that happened to an influencer too recently when his case was taken. I think that was justice, actually. Also, Saturday Tribune, at the forefront of it, at page 2, exactly on Saturday Tribune, we are seeing Ekiti poll, Amotekun, vigilante groups barred from election duty.
Okay.
Wow. I think
I mean, for a Southwest so-called security personnel,
and you are not involving them in the Ekiti polls. We need to we'll review this actually. On page 3, insecurity, impunity, threatening fundamental rights in Nigeria. United Nations envoy says. Well, this is a straight attack to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and a straight assertion that insecurity and impunity is threatening fundamental human rights. Well, at page 4, we are also seeing court sentences sister of killed terrorist kingpin Batujo to 40 years imprisonment. I think I like this. I like this news story, which is very, very important because of the fact that they are partners too to the insecurities that is happening, and they knew that their brother was involved. And finally, I think I will take page 6 saying that NIPSS attack, Tinubu threatens security at strategic institutions nationwide. So we will look at this too as time goes by. There are other news stories there. My wife accused me of using charms to steal a fortune during sex. Man tells, well, that's strange. But then, what other news do you have?
Yes, and from the newspaper This Day Today, from page 23, it says, Alison Madueke, 13-year-old investigation ruined my life, fought UK probe. And another page, I saw mother and sister of late terrorism kingpin Batujo get landmark 40-year jail terms. And on the main headline is still Ekiti State, Ekiti Decide, Oyebanji and Oluyede in 2-horse race. I mean, that is...
That's going to be very beautiful, actually.
That's going to be very tough. And the part of Alison Madueke that talks about 13-year-old investigation ruined my life, fought UK probe. I think it's something we should actually look into.
Well, it's something we should look into, but then there are still news stories to actually look at in the polity. And I'm taking us to the Nation newspaper. The Nation newspaper. Yes, in the Nation newspaper, we are saying that at page 6, Abdul Salami warns against politicization of insecurity. Well, we have been talking about this for quite some time too as well. And at page 11, we are saying scandal rocks multi-billion naira flood relief funds in Nigeria. Wow, that's serious. But then at the main headlines, which is taking page 4, page 5, and page 26 of the Nation newspaper, we are saying APC, ADC, PDP test strength in Ekiti governorship election. I love this. And also sub-headlines under this is saying drama at INEC as security agents eject PDP candidates. We will look into this holistically today. They also dropped some key numbers you need to focus on as regards the Ekiti election. Also, we are seeing some other headlines. According to page 13, we are saying arrest of pastor with 75 wives.
Okay, wow. In
Fierce
Nigeria.
church apart, 75.
Which means the 75 is just the old member of the church.
I don't know. But then maybe he's trying to just, compete with Solomon at this particular time.
Okay.
But then we don't know what actually happened.
Yeah, he must have his reasons.
Well, we must have his reasons, actually. Well, I think that's all for the Nation for now. I don't know whether you have another newspaper over there.
Yes, I have from the Punch newspaper, Saturday newspaper, that talks about Linda Ejifo, who says talent alone is not enough to make it in Nollywood.
Well, I think she's right, actually.
Okay. And from the main headline, we have Oyo abduction. Inside terrorist plot to stall rescue. And beneath it, we have over 200 fighter reinforced position inside Oyo National Park. And we also have captives location changed frequently.
Wow.
And finally, we also have attacks in northern states and others deliberate diverse strategy. And from the Ekiti state, we have APC, PDP, ADC battle for votes in 16 local government areas. And I think that's all from the newspaper Punch.
Well, I think we can take one more newspaper, and that will be from Saturday Sun. Well, Sun newspaper is a very top-notch newspaper, and we are seeing lots of stories there. We are seeing bandits invade social media and turn influencers. Well, this is a story that I think we will look into maybe as time goes by on KAFTAN television, because there was a particular time I also saw bandits doing giveaway.
Like, that actually is not actually correct. It's not normal.
It's not normal.
And people dropping their bank accounts for...
We need to go after them, because that's the tactics for money laundering. But that's another thing. I'm seeing another story. I think this one, no, let me pass on this one. It's too horrific. But you can check the Sun newspaper actually on page 2 for this. And you can see that there is tension in Osun over APC PDP council takeover. Is part of the news story there. But one of the major news stories on this newspaper today on Saturday Sun has to do with Abdusalami Abubakar exclusive. He said something. He said, nothing like Abacha loot. Well, that's a revelation actually. So are we saying Abacha is giving us money, just gifting us from wherever he is right now?
Or something else? And
he says that funds in foreign accounts savings made by late ex-head of state for Nigeria. I say why mercenaries may not stop banditry, terrorism. I think we even have to look at this as time goes by.
There must be a reason why.
There must be a reason why. We'll talk about it briefly today. Maybe our subsequent programs, on KAFTAN Television will bring you lots of programs actually. We'll look deep into this is assertion and analysis. But then we are seeing a final story there which I want to touch. No, let me touch just 2 stories. Ekiti, Guba, Judgment Day for Oyebanji. That is what the Saturday Sun is stamping this as Judgment Day for Oyebanji. But let's see.
Is it Judgment Day?
Judgment Day, because as I said earlier, Ekiti has never ever had a situation where an incumbent got back his seat simultaneously. That's never happened. So maybe today will be the day where Oyebanju actually makes history or joins his other predecessors in the line of losing your seat after your first tenure, then maybe gaining it back in another tenure. And finally, I said there's a story that says why I dumped nursing in UK to be a pastor's wife in Nigeria, Reverend Gbemi Olaleye.
Okay, I think it's something we should know.
Well, I don't know about that.
There must be a reason. Like I said, there is a reason for everything.
Well, at this particular time, I think these are all the stories that we have for now, and we'll be looking briefly into these old stories as time goes by. But then we won't be just discussing these stories alone. We will actually have a guest to discuss this story with us. But before we get to meet our guest, let us just take a short break. Immediately after the short break, we come back, and yes, our guest will be with us in the studio. So please stay with us.
major setback in January when INEC delisted him from the list of Ekiti governorship candidates, triggering a legal tussle at the Abuja division of the Federal High Court. It took the intervention of Justice Mohammed Umar for Mr. Oluyede to be recognized as the PDP candidate. Mr. Umar ruled in Mr. Oluyede's favor and ordered INEC to recognize his candidacy, describing the Commission's action as unlawful. He issued an order of mandamus directing INEC to add Mr. Oluyede as a candidate and the PDP logo to the ballot. African Democratic Congress ADC's Ambassador Oluwadari Patrick Bejide, popularly known as Dari Bejide, is a veteran Nigerian lawyer, diplomat and statesman who currently serves as the official governorship candidate for the African Democratic Congress ADC. Ambassador Oluwadari Patrick Bejide was born on August 1st, 1959, which makes him 66-year-old. He was born in Ilawe, Ekiti, located in the Ekiti Southwest local government area of Ekiti State. He is an alumnus of Obafemi Awolowo University, OAU, Ile-Ife, where he graduated with the Bachelor of Laws LLB degree before being called to the Nigerian bar. Ambassador Bejide holds a long-standing, multi-decade career that spans international diplomacy and high-level internal states governance. In the early transition to Nigeria's Fourth Republic, he was a key foundational figure in the Southwest political framework, serving as the pioneer state secretary of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Ekiti State between 1998 and 1999. In August of 1999, President Olusegun Obasanjo appointed him as the Nigerian High Commissioner to Canada. At just 43 years old, during his active tenure, he managed Nigerians' bilateral interests in Ottawa and established major relations within North America. Mr. Bejide condemned Mr. Oyebanji for underperformance, describing the roads under his administration as a nightmare. While the ADC has gained popularity at the national level, it remains unclear if that acclaim had reached Ekiti State, where residents were more conservative and divided between PDP and APC. Accord Party's governorship candidate Opeyemi David Falegan is popularly known as ODF. He is a British-Nigerian military officer, business analyst, philanthropist and politician who serves as the Accord Party flag bearer for the June 2026 Ekiti State election. He was born on June 10, 1969, making him 56 years old. He hails from Ado Ekiti, Ekiti State, Nigeria. He attended Ekiti State University, EXU, over 26 years ago. He later moved to the United Kingdom, where he pursued a doctoral program at the London School of Commerce. Falegan is a soldier-turned-politician who serves as an officer and gunner in the United Kingdom's Royal Air Force. Alongside his military duties, he has worked in London's tech and finance spaces, including roles as an agile business analyst at Unishore Insurance and a business analyst at Adobe. Following the passing of his father, he founded the ODF Foundation over a decade ago. The foundation focuses heavily on empowering widows, drilling boreholes, and supporting education. In early 2025, his foundation financed free JAM registration forms for 7,000 underprivileged candidates across Ekiti State. Running under the Accord Party, Falegan officially received his certificate of return in December of 2025 to kick off his campaign for the June 2026 governor's office. His primary campaign manifestos emphasize public infrastructure, student support, and resolving power supply issues for higher institutions. Falekan gained significant media fame across Nigeria due to his highly publicized past romantic relations and eventual public split with popular Nollywood actress Nkechi Blessing Sunday. He maintains dual ties, having resided in England for over 2 decades, but his children hold British citizenship. The Accord Party governorship candidate is known for philanthropy through the Opeyemi David Foundation. Action Democratic Party (ADP's) Honorable Ayodeji Ojo is a 42-year-old Nigerian politician, administrator, and the official governorship candidate for the Action Democratic Party in the Ekiti state gubernatorial election. Before transitioning into a flag bearer for the party, he served extensively within its administrative framework. In March of 2024, he was officially inaugurated as the Ekiti State Chairman of the ADP. He took over leadership of the state chapter immediately following the high-profile defection of the party's 2022 gubernatorial candidate, Irelu Kemi Elebote Hali, to the All Progressives Congress (APC). During his chairmanship, he was praised by party stakeholders for his structural reliability and capacity to steer the party forward. The African Action Congress (AAC's) governorship candidate, Akonde Oluwasegun Samuel, is a Nigerian politician and the governorship candidate representing the party. At 36, Akonde stands out as one of the youngest governorship flag bearers in the race, closely matched in age by Abegunde Ayobami Blessing of the NNP, who is 35, and Bidemi Awobemi of the APP, who is 36. Akonde Oluwasegun is contesting against the incumbent governor, Biodun Oyebanji of the All Progressives Congress (APC) and other alternative candidates. The Allied People's Movement (APM's) governorship candidate, Joseph Anifowoshe. Mr. Anifowoshe, who is 65, was the APM governorship candidate of Ekiti State until May 13, when he stepped down to support Mr. Oyebanji of the ruling party. The Action People's Party (APP's) governorship candidate, Bidemi Awobemi, is 36 years old and is the governorship candidate of the party, with Akinyemi Adewumi serving as his running mate. The APP ticket featuring gathered extensive administrative and medical experiences. He decried the monetization of democracy in the country, asserting politicians seek positions to build wealth instead of working for the good of the people. The new Nigerian People's Party (NNPP's) governorship candidate, Honorable Blessing Abegunde, fully named Blessing Ayoba.
Alright, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the whole report and the profiling you've been given over time, and I hope you are still anticipating what is happening at Ekiti. But then we digress a bit. Actually, we'll be talking about the headlines for today. And joining us now is our guests and his name is actually. Let me never talk about his name yet because he's a friend of the house. For those of you that watches Daybreak Africa, watch over our reports, you would have met him multiple times. And yes, he's a man of many sides. He's a publisher, he's a tech entrepreneur, and he's also a political analyst in the person of Samson Fadele, who will be joining us to review the newspaper headlines and discuss the major stories shaping today's election. Welcome to the show, Samson.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
For coming.
You are not show man.
We'll be having election soon, so yeah.
Well, it's nice having you to also analyze on Ekiti actually.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, though before you actually came, we have been looking at some of the headlines that have been trending today and some core stories. There are some stories that really was catchy to our eyes. Let me not even start from the serial killer actually. Okay. Let's start from Vanguard, Saturday Vanguard, where one of the stories that trended from page 8 said that terrorists can't truly repent. Stop wasting money rehabilitating them. This is a statement that some Nigerians are actually asserting towards the presidency, as well as other security operatives who have actually trying as much as possible to rehabilitate terrorists. But what's your take? Do you think terrorists can't truly repent in Nigeria?
I think Nigerians are really making some of those statements out of emotions, and I understand how they feel. You see, it's one thing to want to provide solution to a problem. It's another thing for the solution to be accurate for that particular problem. Now, these people, they had been in this ideology for a very long time. Some of them were born into it. Do you think 9 months is enough to de-radicalize somebody who had been radicalized for over 2-3 decades? These people were born, they were taught these things from birth. You get? So they grew up with it. You cannot just take it out of them within 180 days or so. It doesn't work that way. 6 months to de-radicalize somebody who is capable of committing murder? No. You get? I'm not saying it is not possible to de-radicalize, but I think federal government is not doing it the actual right way. Yes, and I think the time is too short to do such a thing. These people should be kept away from the public for a very long time. There's a reason why they hand over life imprisonment to some people. They are not fit
to be in society.
That's a problem. Take them away for a very long time. It took them long time to get to the point of committing murder. It will take them a very long time to take them out of that. So it's not what you can just put them in a camp for 180 something days and bring them back into. It doesn't work that way. If you really want them alive, keep them away from the society, at least for a very long amount of years. Let them have a rethink. Let them, when they are coming back into the society, don't let them just come. Let them come with something they can live on or live with
in the society. So
you are not just taking them for a few months and reintegrating them into the society and you think you are helping. You are not helping. You are not helping. One of them just went back and killed somebody, kidnapped a few people. That is to show the period they spent in the rehabilitation camp is mere waste to some of them. Although it might not be all, but to vast majority of them, the federal government is just playing. I'm telling you, the reason why some of them surrendered in the first place is because they just do not want to die, but they are interested in killing people. Now, if they are at a point where they know that they will not be able to escape death, it's very easy to say, I surrender. Then you pack them and put in a camp, and for 3-4 months to radicalize somebody who has been in the system for decades, and you want to integrate them back into the society and you expect 100% change? No, it doesn't work that way.
But what even thrills me actually with it is the place of them. Sometimes the federal government gives excuses. They say, actually we are trying to just ensure that in war situations, sometimes there are times where because of you want to put the enemy on your side, sometimes you just have to just make some arrangements and all that, so that they can now play the role of informants and all those kind of things to you. But then bringing them back to the society is where I think I like the point where you talked about the time frame.
The time frame is short.
Time frame is short.
Yes.
But do you think that a terrorist can be de-radicalized?
Now, there are processes to it. There is de-radicalization process. There is post-de-radicalization process. In the United States, when you come out of prison, probably because of good behavior, they place you on parole.
Yeah,
you still have to report. They check you. They give you follow-up. If they say go to this place and learn something, they go check your register. Do you come daily? What has been your behavior? What has been, your attitude towards what you are supposed to be doing? All these things, are they in place? Who are those monitoring the people that were reintegrated? Is there any agency?
I don't think so.
If these people, if you reintegrate them, are they supposed to return back to school? Or probably go and learn a trade? Or you can't just leave them and
just let it go.
And I do hand this devil's workshop. They will go back.
Because that idleness itself becomes the
it's a problem. It's a problem. So when you are saying we want to reintegrate, let us look into post reintegration processes. How do we curtail these people? How do we help them not to go back? Because this same society was where they were when they went into the thing. So what gave you the assurance that when they come back into that same society, they will not go back into it?
So during the process of the integration, what do you think the government should actually be doing to them?
If the government believe that once they swear by Quran, they are okay.
But there is not swearing by Quran.
You can't just. It doesn't work that way. This was the same Quran they were taught with. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So these people, they have learned Quran all their life, and they ended up this way. So what are you trying to say? Now, if the government is really very, very, very concerned about these people, and you really want them to not be a problem to the society, you have to take them away for a very long time. After a long time of taking away, then prepare a post reintegration program for them. Put them on parole. If you do this, even traveling from your street to another could land you back in prison. This place and this place
is prohibited from you
for the next 2 years. Stay where you are known, where people can see you, where people can monitor you, where if you move, they call us to tell us your boy is moving mad again. Now, all these things will help to control their activities after the reintegration. It's not done. We are not in the jungle, for crying out loud. These people are known criminals. They are capable of committing murder. They are problem to other people. In fact, danger, not just problem, danger to other people's lives and properties.
Which is very, very risky, actually.
It's very risky.
There was a news story that trended yesterday too, as well, and it's still trending today. And I think I saw it on This Day newspaper, where they said the mother and sister of late terrorism kingpin Batujo got landmark 40 years jail terms because of the fact that the court said they were partners to his terrorism. Which brings me to the issue of terrorism in Nigeria. You talked about the fact that many of these people are born into it.
Yes.
They became terrorists even by birth. They have been radicalized from
childhood.
You de-radicalizing them. Now it's looking as if even the women amongst them too are very involved, either as informants or as logistic officials and all those kind of things. Now, do you think this judgment is a way to go, especially for families who know vividly well that their children are involved in this, but are not willing to talk about it?
The issue is if there are evidences that attach them to the activities, of their family member who is a known kidnapper, a terrorist, if there are actually evidences that prove their involvement in those activities, they have to, they have to get what they deserve. But my issue now, because we cannot just be solving the problem on the surface. I think we need to go, the court note has issue. We need to go back to the drawing board. We need to go back to the root, which is the society. What exactly is responsible for radicalizing these people in the first place? What set of knowledge are they being exposed to that ends them in this position. You see, because there are Muslims everywhere. There are Muslims in the south, and Islam is not this radical in the south.
It's not even this radical even in places like Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's my concern. So we cannot outrightly say Islam. So probably there is a sect of Islam or a set of ideology that is particular to the north that brings this kind of problem. Can we just focus on resolving that first? While we're trying to undo the radicals already, because those ones,
they are gone.
So in order to prevent the future occurrence of those ones, let us look into the root. What do we abolish? This set of teachings, don't teach. If you teach them, you have problem.
You know, this thing you said now, actually, sorry to actually cut you. Umar Bago, the governor of Niger State,
yes,
talked about this mid last year, where he said every cleric, be you a pastor or an imam, must bring your message. You must bring it for the government to, you know, check through it before they post it out for people to see. Now, do you think this is something Nigerian government should begin to adopt?
No,
at this
that doing it that way, it will prolong matters. How many do you know? How many clerics we have within one state? Who has the time to vet your whatever? There's no time. What we need to put into anything that has to do with so you preach it, you go to jail. Don't let us hear you preach it. Now me they tell you now. If you anything that has to do with killing of people of other religions from your side of the religion, you are going to have problem with the government. Singapore just deported. They sent him back to his house. Go back to your country. Whatever it is you want to do, go and do it in your country. That's how it is. You cannot come here and turn our people against our people because they are not on the same side of religion. So if we really want to undo these things well, both Christian religion, Islamic religion, even the African traditional religion, let them know the boundaries not to cross. There is freedom of speech, but until you cross this boundary, you cross it to this side, point of no return. Yes, let them know. By the time we have pastors, imams serving jails for not committing murder, but saying what they are not supposed to say, everybody will begin to pipe low. So that when you say, Taure did that in Burkina Faso, Imam said what he's not supposed to. I don't want you to pray on the main road. I don't like it. It's not normal to just disrupt the economic activities because you want to pray. If you cannot pray within your mosque, do it in part. Do first service, second service, third service, so that everybody can pray. They don't want to. He brought soldiers clear everywhere.
That will actually cause a bit of problem in Nigeria.
Now the issue is it's because the government does not want to make it a norm. You cannot tell the government what to do when it comes to things like this. Government has the power to tell the citizen, this is what we expect of you. Government makes the law, not the citizens. If your activities will affect other citizens and you are not the only set of people in the country, you have to respect others as much as you want respect for yourself. If you want people to respect your religion, respect other people's religions. You get all these things now, they become mutual. When everything is mutual, then there will be proper understanding. You don't want people to talk against your religion. Do not block road. This is economic structure made by the government for everybody, not for a religion. You get, mind what you preach to young minds. These people grow up with it and they never forget. Everything we were taught when we were in the children's chapel, when we were younger in church, we have them in our mind intact. You get, children don't really grow out of things so easily like that. That's why I said government cannot de-radicalize these people in 3 months and you expect something good. It doesn't work that way. So government needs to take radical actions to mend these things. As a pastor, if you preach anything that affects, that puts the lives and properties of people of other religion in danger, you will pay for it. As an imam, if you go to incite violence against other people's religion, you'll be in trouble. This country is a secular country. No religion is attached to the central government, and it is what it is. The country is for everybody. Nobody is permitted to dominate the other. And so if these lines are well drawn, I don't see why we should be having problems. There's no reason why any religion should want to dominate the other. You get? Because this country is for everybody. Everybody is a citizen. You have right to religion in our constitution. Choose. If you switch from one religion, it's your personal problem. It should not. Why should it concern anybody that you switch? If you want to go, go. That I go to church does not really mean I cannot decide to switch to be a Muslim tomorrow if I so will. So why should somebody be after my life because I left the church? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So all these things are what I think government needs to begin to look into, and then let's see how we can move on from there.
We'll see how we move on from there.
And that was such an in-depth analysis, and from the Guardian newspaper we have xenophobia, South Africa's reputational erosion is not theoretical. So
okay.
It's not theoretical.
You see, the issue of xenophobia is emotional to me. I am emotional about it. You see, for a very long time we have been trying to ensure the unity of Africa. We have been trying to make a borderless Africa. We have been trying to see, because you see, from understanding, we know that before the colonial masters came, Africa was actually borderless. Everybody can move from one place to another, do business, and until we are able to establish that level of unity again, these people will not stop to use them against us. You see, we are not the same. We will never be the same. Like in terms of tribes, in terms of beliefs, in terms of religion, in terms of the diversity. But you see, that diversity should be our strength rather than a problem for us. You see, diversity brings a lot of ideas to bring a lot of development, because you see things from different perspectives. If you are able to do it right from your perspective, I am able to do it right from my perspective, he's able to do it right from his perspective. It's just a matter of time. Majority of the developed countries, they really do not have a level of uniqueness that is embedded in our diversity in Africa. You get what? I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Most of them in their countries, they only have one way of approaching things. Their culture is almost the same. We have a lot to sell to the outside world because we have varieties. You will be amazed when you get to every part of Africa, because what they do here is almost different from what they do here, but it's always interesting when they do it. You see different dances in Calabar. You come to the Yoruba side of Nigeria, you see another set of. It's always interesting. When you go to the Zulus in South Africa, they entertain you their own way. You enjoy it. Come to Ghana. Come and see the way they entertain you. It's always colorful. It's always bright. And these are the things we need to enjoy together in Africa.
But then currently, South Africa is not making us enjoy that.
The issue is, I think, personally, I think their government had been quiet for a very long time. They didn't do it well. They didn't handle it well, so the citizens felt they could use vigilantism to handle it for the government, which is very, very wrong. It's very, very wrong. The government of South Africa, as of now, they are not painting a very good picture of themselves. They are not showing the fact that they are in charge. In fact, the government of South Africa, as of now, lacks the power to control their people.
Which is not supposed to be so.
Yes. People have the right to protest. Fine. You get? But attacking people of other nationality is an act of war. Because you are sending a wrong message to the other countries. If you attack my citizens in your country, your citizens are not safe in my own country. So if other people decide to move mad, like the South Africans are moving mad now, do you know how chaotic Africa will be?
Talking about moving mad.
Now,
I don't know if let's drop this one, because we saw the World Cup. We are seeing what's happening. we saw the kind of bad wishes many Africans had towards.
Sincerely, I cannot blame them for that.
And also, they said some stories this past week, it trended that many of their artists who were billed to actually
were cancelled. Yes,
business are not moving and getting lost.
Yes, you see, the issue is if I feel not very safe within your space, there's no problem bringing you to my place. Now, the reason why most of those people cancelled was not because they didn't like the artist. In fact, it's in the best interest of the artist. What if you and the other attack you? People are being attacked in your place. It will be a problem on the organizer. As I will cancel. I bring a South African to a place where there is tendency for them to act. So, cancelling is not out of hatred for the artist. Let us make that one very clear. It's out of the safety
of the artist.
You get. So if I am cancelling that and say I don't want problem. I don't want to bring people and expose them to attacks based on what is happening in their country. It's not because I hate their country. It's not in response to what is happening. It's just to create a safe environment. You get. Yeah. Imagine that presently the World Cup now is Nations Cup, and the Nations Cup has to happen in Nigeria. Few Nigerians have been killed in South Africa. True. What do you think will be the experience of South African players and fans?
They should even try.
Especially in Lagos State. Yes, especially in Lagos State. So now the best advice for them not to come. It's not out of hatred for them to participate. It's out of their own safety. You get. The next African Cup of Nations is going to be difficult a bit for South Africa.
Very, very difficult.
Except they hosted it in their place.
And even if they host it in their place, actually, how many African countries will be willing to come?
That's the issue. So now, South Africa is damaging a lot of relationship. Not with the government now, with the people who are supposed to be your own brothers. You said illegal immigrant is not in your power as a citizen to say this is illegal. It is the work of your immigration. That's why you have a body to monitor the migration of people in and outside of your space. So if the immigration cannot properly document people,
how much more?
How is it yours to correct as a citizen? Hold your government responsible.
So you made a statement the other time that before the colonial masters, African countries were borderless.
Borderless.
So there is this proposed agenda now that West African countries, though, that they want to, there's no point of using visa to enter their country.
That's the unity.
Now that though is still within West Africa. Do
yes.
you think with South African xenophobia, such agenda will be able to pass to other African countries? Like
I do not see that happening so soon. Now, this guy, Boa, what's the name?
BUA, that's
he was very mad. He complained about it. He went to South Africa. He was not even aware that his visa is expired few days and he needed to do something inside very South Africa. Yeah. He was sent back. He said he saw Europeans that were allowed into the country without visas. And my own brothers are sending me back because my visa expired. I said, Oga, it's not enough to be angry. Go back, get another visa. If you want to go to South Africa and go back. See, the issue is, as long as we continue to stay like this, there is going to be issues. If government of each country in Africa are not ready to sit down on the table. You said people are taking your jobs. You said people are taking your. You said people are entering. There are ways to diplomatically correct things. When you come to our policies, when you get to Nigeria, before you own a business, you register with the CAC. If you are not duly registered with the CAC, any other business you do might be termed illegal. If you want to operate a business, legal business in South Africa, do this. Enforce the law. You have a business, you are not a South African, and you have a business is running and is not properly documented, shut it down. Let the law enforcement, don't wait for your citizens to do that. Let the law enforcement do that. You are here, your visa is expired, you have overstayed. send them back to their country. Let their country pay for their flight, free ride home. US will do that countless number of times. A lot of people woke up in the morning and they find themselves in Muritala at the end of the day. They don't have to wait for the Americans to begin to chase people out of the street. We have seen Trump repatriate people. We have seen UK do it. The European Union, they just in their section just concluded that illegal immigrants should be sent back. They are not waiting for their people to do it. They know exactly what to do. When Trump brought ICE, he said he was going to change the name to NICE so that everybody begins to call them NICE. Now these people, they do exactly what the South Africans are doing themselves. Now once they clamp you down and say you are not able to prove that you are legal, you are gone to your country. And these things are better than endangering the life. We have seen disturbing videos of South Africans, maltreating people, beating them and stuff like that. There was a video I saw yesterday. A lady was, they had her in her neck like this, tore her clothes, and it doesn't make sense. Somebody was on a visa to South Africa. He got there a night before. They caught him, tore his clothes, and before he was able to say, I got here yesterday, I'm going back tomorrow, I just came for a visit, and blah blah blah. It doesn't have to be like that,
which is not supposed to be. And I think, like you said, the government must take charge. But we're about to end this segment because we want to enter into discussions about Ekiti. Before we just go, I just need your view on this in 2 minutes. Actually, Alice Madueke is saying that 13 years investigation ruined her life, and she faults the United Kingdom probe. What's just your quick take on that?
Oh well, she had been discharged and acquitted.
Yeah.
Let her
from bribery cases.
Yes, let her come home to us so that we settle things amicably in Nigeria. Sincerely, I will not say more than that. If she is truly innocent and she had been discharged and acquitted by the UK court, the same set of evidence she used, to secure victory, bring them down to Nigeria. Let us sort this man to man. It doesn't have to go that far. The issue is, she ran away from Nigeria.
She ran. She told us that she had cancer actually.
Has the cancer not been treated? She had pending cases in Nigeria that she had no answer.
Lots of pending cases actually.
She had won the UK cases. Let her come with the same set of evidences and come and complete the Nigerian cases. Let us see how it goes. If she's able to pull through with that, nothing happens to her image. It's just for her to be able to prove that she's innocent. If she had been able to do that correctly in the UK, I believe
she should be able to do that.
She should be able to do that in Nigeria. Come home to us. You are part of us. You are one of us.
Come home to us.
Yes.
Part of us. And yes, we would like to see.
We are waiting for you.
We are waiting for you, man. Therefore, so I know you said it recently that the old probe affected your mental health. You fought against the cabal, and many of those things. But then come home. Come home. Home is very important to prove yourself as being innocent. But then that's what we can take for the newspaper review. And for now, we will be taking actually a slight break. Then we'll come back on this whole program, and we'll be talking with our guests expressly on Ekiti state governance over the years, election history and predictions on today's elections. We'll also be getting some updates from the field. So please stay with us. We'll be right back.
You can watch the live broadcast on NIGCOMSAT frequency 12625 MHz, the free television mobile app, and YouTube. Studio opens at 8 a.m. from our Ondo studio. Don't miss a moment of this historic exercise as it defines the future of the people. Once again, the people of Ekiti State will head to the polls to make their voices count in the governorship elections slated for 20th of June 2026. Ekiti State stands at another defining moment when its people from 16 local government areas of the state will decide who takes on the mantle of leadership for the next 4 years. The political stage is set, as it is though described as a two-horse race between the incumbent governor, Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji of the All Progressives Congress APC and Oluwole Oluyede of the People's Democratic Party PDP. Other candidates are also vying for the seat of leadership in Ekiti State. Tune in to KAFTAN Television to stay informed on the comprehensive live coverage, updates, and analysis on the Ekiti governorship election as events unfold across the states. You can watch the live broadcast on NIGCOMSAT frequency 12625 MHz, the free television mobile app, and YouTube. Studio opens at 8 a.m. from our Ondo studio. Don't miss a moment of this historic exercise as it defines the future of the people. Once again, the people of Ekiti State will head to the polls to make their voices count in the governorship elections slated for 20th of June 2026. Ekiti State stands at another defining moment when its people from 16 local government areas of the state will decide who takes on the mantle of leadership for the next 4 years. The political stage is set, as it is though described as a two-horse race between the incumbent governor, Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji of the All Progressives Congress (APC) and Oluwole Oluyede of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Other candidates are also vying for the seat of leadership in Ekiti State. Tune into KAFTAN Television to stay informed on the comprehensive live coverage, updates, and analysis on the Ekiti governorship election as events unfold across the states. You can watch the live broadcast on NIGCOMSAT frequency 12625 MHz, the free television mobile app, and YouTube. Studio opens at 8 a.m. from our Ondo studio. Don't miss a moment of this historic exercise as it defines the future of the people. Once again. State will head to the polls to make their voices count in the governorship elections slated for 20th of June 2026. Ekiti State stands at another defining moment when its people from 16 local government areas of the state will decide who takes on the mantle of leadership for the next 4 years. The political stage is set, as it is though described as a two-horse race between the incumbent governor, Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji of the All Progressives Congress (APC) and Oluwole Oluyede of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Other candidates are also vying for the seat of leadership in Ekiti State. Tune into KAFTAN Television to stay informed on the comprehensive live coverage, updates, and analysis on the Ekiti governorship election as events unfold across the states. You can watch the live broadcast on NIGCOMSAT frequency 12625 MHz, the free television mobile app, and YouTube. Studio opens at 8 a.m. from our Ondo studio. Don't miss a moment of this historic exercise as it defines the future of the people. Once again, the people of Ekiti State will head to the polls to make their voices count.
Online earlier before the time. Now, this is here are the good people of behind me here are the good people of Ikogosi Ekiti from Ward 6 Unit 3. They've been on queue to perform their franchise far back an hour ago. Based on this, we try as much as possible to ask questions why people are online earlier before the time. Now, this is Ward 6, Unit 3, Okilili in Ikogosi Ekiti. This is the place where the incumbent governor votes in person of Governor Oyebanji. Dear viewers, we are going to be giving you the latest as regards the issue of voting. We've spoken with the INEC officials and they've made us realize that everything is intact for the success of the voting program exercise. Now, please, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue to give you the update as regards this issue. Thank you.
We are very optimistic to vote for our sons of Ikogosi Ekiti, Abiodun Abayomi Oyebanji, the present governor of Ekiti. Because he has been good to the people of Ekiti State at large. So we love him, we cherish his character, his attitude. So this is why we are here before the time, so that we'll be able to vote massively for him. We are now at the front of Oyebanji's compound in Okilili, Ekiti State, Ikogosi Ekiti State.
I want to vote today, earlier. That is why I come here earlier for the vote. Because the vote is very important because of our son.
Definitely, we are going to be giving you how the whole show is going here at Ikogosi Ekiti. Once again, dear viewers, my name is Temitope Adedeji, reporting for you from KAFTAN Television. Thank you. Behind me here are the good people of Ikogosi Ekiti from Ward 6 Unit 3. They've been on queue to perform their franchise far back an hour ago. Based on this, we try as much as possible to ask questions why people are online earlier before the time. Now, this is Ward 6 Unit 3, Okilili in Ikogosi Ekiti. This is the place where the incumbent governor votes in person of Governor Oyebanji. Dear viewers,
in the governorship elections slated for 20th of June 2026, Ekiti State stands at another defining moment when its people from 16 local government areas of the state will decide who takes on the mantle of leadership for the next 4 years. The political stage is set, as it is though described as a two-horse race between the incumbent governor, Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji of the All Progressives Congress (APC) Oluwole Oluyede of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Other candidates are also vying for the seat of leadership in Ekiti State. Tune in to KAFTAN Television to stay informed on the comprehensive live coverage, updates, and analysis on the Ekiti governorship election as events unfold across the state. You can watch the live broadcast on NIGCOMSAT frequency 12625 Hz, the free television mobile app, and YouTube. Studio opens at 8 a.m. from our Ondo studio. Don't miss a moment of this historic exercise as it defines the future of the people. Once again, the people of Ekiti State will head to the polls to make their voices count in the governorship elections slated for 20th of June 2026. Ekiti State stands at another defining moment when its people from 16 local government areas of the state will decide who takes on the mantle of leadership for the next 4 years. The political stage is set, as it is though described as a two-horse race between the incumbent governor, Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji of the All Progressives Congress (APC) and Oluwole Oluyede of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Other candidates are also vying for the seat of leadership in Ekiti State. Tune in to KAFTAN Television to stay informed on the comprehensive live coverage, updates, and analysis on the Ekiti governorship election as events unfold across the states. You can watch the live broadcast on NIGCOMSAT frequency 12625 MHz, the free television mobile app, and YouTube. Studio opens at 8 a.m. from our Ondo studio. Don't miss a moment of this historic exercise as it defines the future of the people.
Welcome back. I'm standing in this show now.
Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. As the voting process continues across various polling units in the state, we now shift our attention to a conversation that provides important context to today's exercise.
And yes, first, before we even take some of the highlights, we will have to, enter into a call with our on-site reporter. Temitope Adedeji has been in Ado-Ekiti since, just trying to check through some of the whole election process actually. Temitope Adedeji, welcome to the show. How has it been at Ekiti since morning?
Yeah, thank you so much. It's peaceful and it's sunny. All of us we are in the sun now, waiting for the arrival of the governor. Most especially at his own town now at Ekiti.
Wow,
that's at 6 Unit 3 at Ekiti. So that is where we are now. Everybody is at alert to receive it so that he can now cast his vote and exercise his franchise.
All right, Temitope, let me ask this question. Having moved around in Ekiti this morning, and now that you are at Ikogosi, which happens to be a very vital local government when it comes to Ekiti elections, how has been the turnout so far from people?
Yes, taking it from Ado-Ekiti all the way, people came out, they trooped out en masse to exercise their franchise, of course. In fact, as early as around 7:30,
wow.
Everybody has been on queue, waiting for them to be accredited by the INEC officials. Until now, as we speak, from Ado-Ekiti down to Ekiti all the way, we've been seeing people online trying to exercise their franchise, and the turnout has been so massive.
Wow.
It has been so massive. No doubt about that fact. And the officials of the immigration, officials of the EFCC, that of the Nigerian police, and the rest of them like that, they've been on board too to monitor the election, and the observers, both local and international observers, they've been on ground monitoring the election to see what is going on.
All right, let's talk a bit about INEC and how they have been able to organize this. Ever since this morning, have you seen any issues that arises when it comes to the performance of the BVAS, particularly, especially in accrediting voters today? Has there been any issue over time? Have you observed one?
Not really, because we've checked about 5 different places before getting to where we are now. those machines have been working perfectly, no error, no mistake. But where we are now at a point around, say about some minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, some elderly people came to vote, and it happened that the battery of one of the machines got issue, and it was replaced immediately. So that has just been the whole. They've replaced the battery, and everything is working well now as we speak. So no problem, no hitch.
Oh, okay. I think for now, I think we are okay with. I don't know if you, in case you have any questions.
No, not at all. Not at all.
All right, we'll get back to you.
The governor is around now.
The governor is around.
So maybe in less than, let's say, 20 minutes, you can call back.
Okay, we'll call back.
The governor is around now. Yes, you can get back to me in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, thanks for doing a great job over there. Thanks.
You're welcome.
And yes, that was Temitope Adedeji actually, giving us updates of what is happening in Ekiti. But then let's start now properly onto the introduction of this segment that we are going to be discussing. And yes, since its creation in 1996, Ekiti State has witnessed different administration transitions in political leadership, landmark elections, and even some of Nigeria's most notable electoral disputes. These events have helped define the state's democratic identity and political culture. In this segment, we'll be taking a comprehensive look into governance in Ekiti over the years, examining key elections that shaped the state, reviewing major political developments, and discussing what current trends may suggest about the outcome of today's exercise. Yes, Samson is still with us in the studio, and he would be able to unpack some of these issues with us. Okay. And let's even start from the interview with Temitope Adedeji actually talking about the fact that except for some few issues here there with the beavers, but then everything is performing well. Yeah. And people really turned out.
Yeah, I mean at very early
elections. But let's even start historically. Let's ask, how impressed are you by the fact that you hearing that people actually turned out from Ado Ekiti at least to Ikogusi?
No, Ado Ekiti, I want to believe that they are elites in Ado Ekiti. You know, they have always had that record of
the fountain of knowledge.
Yes, so almost everybody is educated, so to say. So they have high rate of literacy in Ekiti. I want to believe a lot of people will agree that with me, and so I expect them to at least be able to transfer that level of knowledge into what happens in the political landscape of their state. And you see, although before they really do not have that kind of record of turnout. Yes, in the previous elections, I really do not think they have up to 50% turnout for the amount of registered voters that they have. Although a lot of things could be responsible for that, migration, people who are registered in Ekiti moved to other places.
Many imbalance like that.
Yes, and maybe death at some point, maybe all those things. That's why at some point I supported the revalidation process of INEC so that we will be able to understand what is left. A lot of things had happened, a lot of JAP activities, a lot of people have left. Some died, you see. And so if the revalidation is properly done, you get, it will then help to know what is left. You get, a lot of people just came into the voting age. A lot of young people who were formerly not within the scope of the voting age, they just clocked 18 or probably above, and then they are willing to participate. So most of them were brought in, and that is why the revalidation process seems very important at a time like this. And I think their turnout, I hope at the end of the day,
we'll check the numbers.
Yes, by the time we are checking the number, I hope that they are able to outperform the previous records.
But then let me just chip in this because of now that you are talking about this issue of revalidation, and some factors that could affect voter turnout, because we have registered voters and accredited voters when it comes to elections, and you talked about some very vital issues, which sometimes can be things like people not actually turning up at this particular time? Now, you are a tech-related person. You are into tech stuff, and we know how data. Can we take a short break, actually, before we take this whole discussion, because some things came up right now. So let's take a break. We'll come back on this, and then we'll continue with our discussion.
Giving you the latest as regards the issue of voting. We've spoken with the INEC officials, and they've made us realize that everything is intact for the success of the voting program exercise. Now, please, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue to give you updates as regards this issue. Thank you.
We are very optimistic to vote for our sons of Ekiti, Abiodun Abayomi Yebanji, the present governor of Ekiti State, because he has been good to the people of Ekiti State at large. So we love him, we cherish his character, his attitude. So this is why we are here before the time, so that we'll be able to vote massively for him. We are now at the front of Yebanji's compound in Okelile, Ekiti State. Ekiti State.
I want to vote today, earlier. So that is why I come here earlier for the vote. Because the vote is very important because of our son.
Definitely, we are going to be giving you how the whole show is going here at Ekiti. Once again, dear viewers, my name is Temitope Adedeji, reporting for you from KAFTAN Television. Thank you. Behind me here.
All right, welcome back. Actually, sorry for that technical glitch, and that was why we had to just take that break and return back. But then we are still having our conversation about the Ekiti elections, and yes, Samson is still with us in the studio. Before we went on that break, I was trying to ask a question, and the question actually was relating to data. Okay. And you being a tech entrepreneur, you know a bit of how data operates. You have systems which you use to update things. I'm asking based on the fact that you talked about things like deaths, things like births, things like people coming of age into being able to contest and all that. So revalidation sometimes take place. But we know that sometimes this revalidation could be very ethical. Mm-hmm. Now, I was in questions about things like sensors, things like updates. Like I feel we should have a system where if a child is born today in a local government, there should be records of you immediately, so we can easily monitor. You know, there are systems that operate in that way and can be upgraded over the years, even down to issue of deaths. Your death certificate should be sent to your local government, so they know you see this person, anything that has to do with this person, cancel it on the system because they are dead and all that. Other countries they even have social numbers as well, social IDs and all those kind of things.
We have NIN too.
NIN too, and all, but then we don't have an upgrade quick to actually determine what things happen. Like, how do you think the government can come into play? Because I was checking through Ekiti at the time, and if you're asking about Ekiti, the same thing they will tell you that the population of Ekiti is 2.3 million. Mm-hmm. As of 2006, when the census held, and we are in 2026, 20 years after.
Yes.
Are we still going to say they are still 2.3 million? Because we know birth, jackpot, everything comes to play. So how do we attend to this?
You see, those processes should be automated. All of them, and it's possible with technology. You see, we lack proper record system in Nigeria, and that is why identity theft and all those crimes are easy to, to perform in our country. Somebody has been dead for long and they are still collecting his pension till now. You get, because there's no system that monitors that. You get, in the United States or any of the advanced countries, you die in the hospital, they will record the time
of death,
date, everything, and as it's being recorded, it's being transferred into the national data to make proper adjustment. It's automatic. You get, but we don't have all those. And that's why the population of Nigeria as at 2006 was approximately around 200 million, and it's still
approximately 200 million.
We don't need sensors anymore with advanced technologies, because children at birth should be given their NIN
immediately.
Once they are born, they put everything. You cannot change your age. You cannot, because it's the most accurate. You cannot tell me they made mistake about your age on the day they born you. No,
because they know everything is recorded already, sent immediately.
And the day person gives up like this,
same thing.
Even if he dies at home, not in the hospital, probably in an accident or something, proper should be taken.
Even down to the autopsy.
Yes. So all these things, they have a way of helping us to know what is happening presently. So we don't have to now go through the process of population census. No. NIN should give data. What is your job? What do you do for a living? If you are a student, you state it. If you are into business, you state it. If you are an artisan, you state. If you are a civil servant, you state. So that we know that actually in the real sense of it, you have a job. If you are unemployed, state, so that we will then know how many unemployed people that we have in the state. With that, to generate statistics will be easy. So that every time we will not be saying approximately this, approximately, we will know the exact figure. We will know what to plan for moving forward. So all these things, they can 100% be automated. You get? Yeah. So it's just that I don't know, maybe the government is not interested, because all these things, they are not difficult to do. They are not difficult to do. They are not difficult to do.
All right, going back to Ekiti State's history and background, and since its inception in 1996, Joshua made a statement the other time, and he said that it has been highly politically competitive.
Yes.
And I want you to talk about the history, how it has been highly politically competitive in regarding to this election.
You see, there is no governor in Ekiti that had come back consecutively.
Don't do that.
You cannot. Ekiti people, I don't know, they are peculiar. And I think that's about the only state in the southwest
currently that runs by like
that. Runs like that.
For your state before.
Before it used to be before.
Pre-Ajimobi.
Yes, and a lot of people have done that. Ajimobi did that. They have done that. So it's not a record anymore. But you see, these Ekiti people, they are just peculiar own way. I don't know. I can't say. Probably by the end of this election, we'll be able to know if they are still the same or they have decided to change. Now, the issue is these people, the way they handle their stuff, well, I like them. I like them in the sense that they don't care. They don't even want to care who you are. If you mess up, you are going home. If they probably feel like you have changed and then you are coming back, good. That happened. It happened with Fayose. He went away. He came back. Fayemi also went away. He came back. This man, we don't know if he's going away.
Come back.
Even if he goes away, probably we have that chance to come back. But if he's staying, he's going to be breaking a record to be the very first person who will be doing that at a row. 8 years. So let's see if the Ekiti people will trust him that much.
Okay.
To give him that opportunity. People have done 8 years, but not at a row. Yes.
No, what about the 8 years at a row? Actually, someone was actually making an assertion that could it be because of the fact that sometimes elections like this that don't meet up with the actual election time, like the general elections.
Yes.
You have all 36 states are competing at the same time and cool. But some states, due to court issues that have happened over the years, their dates changed. There was a period where Fayose was impeached, and from 2007 to 2010 we had more of Shegun, who also the court later removed and then gave it to Fayemi, and Fayemi to spend 4 years. Then Fayose returned. Now people talk about the fact that most of the time when depending on who is the federal power at that particular time, it determines who wins in the state. If you look at Fayemi as at 2010, though that one was an issue of course.
Yes.
But if you look at Fayose from 2014, everybody was looking at the fact that, okay, maybe because Jonathan was in power there, there were lots of speculations here, there. Then by the time Fayose was done with his tenure, APC was the one at the federal seat.
Yes.
The elections, because Fayose had his own candidate. Fayose was never a friend of Muhammadu Buhari,
Yes.
Muhammadu Buhari of blessed memory. But then, at the end of the day, Fayose was a minister under Muhammadu Buhari.
Yes.
Had a bit of federal might to himself. Then he was able to come in by 2018 thereabouts. Before now, we're having the person of Oyebanji as of 2022.
Yes.
Due to the fact that for the first time ever, from the same political party, it became like my predecessor to my successor. Was the first time ever it happened in Ekiti State.
Yeah.
So people are talking about the fact that sometimes the federal might determines. Do you think that's also a factor in Ekiti?
It is a factor, might not be the primary, but it's also a factor. We will not look away from the fact that there's always an influence of the federal power. Then you see the peculiar elections like that of Ekiti and Osun, and those ones that do not really go with every other ones, those ones, they used to have more, resources, so to say, than the general ones.
Yeah, true.
Which is an advantage to them. You get? So it makes it look more, except for that of Osun in remind me, 2018, inconclusive.
I can't forget that actually, because I was part of the crew of KAFTAN television that was attacked at the inconclusive the rerun actually, and it was Alekuwodo. It was a very terrible experience.
So issues like that, they show that at some point federal might is a factor, because we saw that very glaringly in the Osun issue, as at that time. But that's now an history, and we have to move past that. And since then till now, a lot of things has changed, if you will agree with me.
Very true.
A lot have changed. So presently where we are, we cannot outrightly say that the federal power can 100%, because we saw the same thing happen in Osun again in 2022. You get me? When even the federal power was not able to save whoever interested in. So as at that time, I said a lot has changed. That even if the federal power is going to be, it's not going to be the primary. It has to do with whoever is coming first. People like you, they
don't like you.
Just don't waste your time, because you see, democracy is evolving in Nigeria, and we cannot look away from that fact. We are getting to a place where your work speaks for you in Nigeria. Nigerians are getting tired of just trusting blindly. You see, thank God for internet, thank God for social media. We see what is achievable in other places. We have seen us take their people into consideration. We have seen people represent their people well. So it's pointless trying to now present yourself as an angel that you are not. Meanwhile, we know that you are not. Forget, you like the angel. We know what your kind of angel. And you see, we are getting to a point where the youths are now getting involved.
Very, very involved.
And that is a very interesting place for us to be. If you look at the statistics of Ekiti presently, students, because the total registered voters is a bit above 1 million. So 1,050,000 students who are primarily the youths takes close to 400, about 300 and something thousand.
Not even talking about other youths that are not actually students.
That are students. Take a chunk of maybe 1/3. It's not up to 50. We cannot say 1/2.
When you add the youth together,
yes, it's more than half. In fact, if you add the youth, because there are a lot of artisans, there are a lot of business people
that are not actually students.
That are not students and are still youth, most of whom are less than the age of 35.
And they are very young candidates to our so complete.
Now, if you match all these things together, they make up to 70% of the entire population. So imagine these people who are 100% on the internet. They know what is going on. They have records. They have seen things. They know more about you. They know what you are up to. You get with what is going on the media. These people, if they sit down to strategically make decisions as pertaining elections,
they can decide your
yes. And that's why I said anybody among the candidates who is able to carry the youth along in this election has more opportunity that the federal power might not even be able to give at the moment. I'm telling you, because even if you want to rig and majority, like a lot of people are still not on your side, rigging will be impossible.
Very, very impossible.
Yes, it was very obvious in 2022 in Osun State.
Well, talking about Osun State, very obvious in 2022. I think to an extent, a lot of factors to determine Osun State, because I think I was at Osun State personally 2018, and I knew for a fact that Adeleke was loved, extremely loved. But then, politicking, a lot of things happened, and we saw what, especially the Omishore saga.
That one has been one.
Like the Omishore saga, which just briefly before the election, just switched allegiance to the APC.
As for senior man,
see the same Omishore now, talking about his allegiance now to Adeleke.
Yes.
But in 2018, 2022, thereabouts, we saw that people like Rao Faregbeshola,
yes,
who was then the Minister of Interior, wasn't in line with the person the APC put down.
That was in 2022.
2022,
yes,
which supposed to do with the incumbent.
Yes.
So I think there was a divided house already against an already formidable.
Yes. Coupled
and then
with
the youths played a very strong factor too as well.
You see, I want us to begin to take into consideration the issue of the youth henceforth. You see, thank God, I said thank God for the internet. The population of Nigerian youth are getting to see things from other perspectives now, and now they want to be involved. Before, students stay at home. Some of them don't even bother to register voters card because they are not even interested in voting. But at this time, now that there is a lot of enlightenment, there is a lot of sensitization, and people are now aware that their life is dependent mostly on outcome of elections. They are more hell-bent on being involved in the process of that election. Now, waiting will solve for all of us. Now, if that energy can be encouraged among the youth, and the youth with numbers, Africa generally, go and check. Africa generally, we have up to 70% of the entire population below the age of 40. So if between the ages of 18 and 40 are particular about your matter, no, you are in the limelight. That's why it's easier for people to go viral in this present generation. One thing, and you are viral because the youth are your majority of the people who put one comment, one like, one status on your issue, they are youth. So once you move mad on the internet and the youth are not very convenient with you, there's issue. And there will always now be a reason to always retrace yourself with them, because Africa as it is dominated by the youth. And so as it is, the leaders, the present set of leaders should become more into maintaining a good set of relationship with the youth. These are the future. You cannot write them off.
But then, talking about the future, we're also seeing some reports right now and some other things on our screen where we are seeing even people of old age in mass.
An 86-year-old man. One of them was 86. Even pregnant women are out to vote.
They have to
imagine.
They have to. They see. The current reality in Nigeria has shown us the possibility of shaking. See, I'm not telling you this because I'm telling you this as a Nigerian who is a part of it. You get? See, A lot of people left this country not because they have a purpose, they have it's because they don't even have anything to do here. They would rather submit themselves to add labor in foreign land than stay here doing nothing. Thank God for Japa, crime would have been more in Nigeria. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you this from the. That's why I do not blame South Africans for what they did to Nigerians. I really do not blame them. I blame our government. If things were actually running in Nigeria, if things were working, why should I go to South Africa? That's the question.
Yes. I think our ecology here is quite good.
Nigeria is the best place for you to sell anything. You see, in the next 5, 6, 7 years in the Western world, it will be difficult for you to start anything new, especially with the movement of AI, the movement of technology. New idea will be rare. Give it a decade more. New idea will be rare in the Western world. You see, back home, that's why I appreciate people like Dangote who are trying to leave a legacy of industrialization behind.
Nigeria.
I really love that actually.
Because Dangote could have taken his money to Dubai like some people did. He could have taken his money to Kenya. He could have taken it to Singapore and say, because of insecurity, I want to go. He could have used his money to build a hotel in Dubai, 5-star hotel. You cannot secure a Dubai visiting visa now if you are not booking a 5-star hotel. Ask people who do travels. Yes. If you submit just any star hotel with your application, they will just deny you because they want to bring the money and spend. This is how these people make their money. So why not make our home appealing to us first? You get that a Nigerian who is in South Africa, even without xenophobic attack, we just wake up one day and say, even people at home, I can carry my bag, they go house.
But they're looking at it. I want to say something because, you see, I'm one of those that feels that every state in Nigeria has what it actually takes to be very self-sufficient.
Yes.
And to have enough.
Yes.
Now, let's take a look at a state like Ekiti. We all know Ekiti used to be a part of the old Ondo.
Yes.
And we all attached until the time when they came up and said, no, we want to have our own place. And thanks to the Abacha regime, they were able to
senior
create. I like the fact that they called him senior but then they had to create an Ekiti state.
Yes.
And Ekiti state became proper. And if you go to Ekiti itself, one of the about Ekiti which really pleases everybody is the fact that it's the fountain of knowledge. Professor, doctorate degree.
Almost they argue as a professor.
Yeah. And lawyers, a lot of that, they are in Ekiti.
People like Afeba Balola is a good example.
It's a good example.
They've been there for ages.
But look at Ekiti with agrarian lands, mining as an activity as well.
Yes.
And a bit of tourism. We talk about even where the governor is from, Ikogosi. It's one of the best tourist, centers in the world.
And they have more than one.
More than one.
That's just the most prominent, I guess.
Yeah.
They have a lot of other places.
I think there's Erin waterfall.
Waterfall.
No, that one is in Osun State.
That was Osun State.
I think they have a couple of them. I can't remember the names now, but
if you look at with all these potentials the state has, the state is going to be 30 years this year.
By October 1st.
Can we say by governance over the years, because Ekiti has changed governors a lot of time.
Yes.
We had the military governor first, then the Fayemi was there, Fayoshe was there, Shegun was there. Banji has done a part of his own tenure and a lot of them. But still, can we say they've met up with their potentials despite the amount of knowledge, the amount of educated elites that belongs to that state in itself?
Well, the issue is that problem cannot be limited to Ekiti. About not meeting up to potentials, because you see in the federal in the arrangement of Nigeria, power goes like this, not like this. It comes from down, and whatever affects
the top
is definitely going to affect everything. So you see, the driver of development most of the time is the people at the helm of affairs. You see, if you have a president that drives to make things better, it will be impossible for the governors to be stagnant. They drag with you. It might be slow, but they drag
with you.
You see, so that's why I said in Nigeria, every position down to local government, people in those positions, all of them matter. That's why if you have a wrong president, a right governor, a wrong chairman, nothing. If you have a right president, wrong governor, wrong chairman, nothing. If you have a right president, right governor, wrong chairman, there is still possibility that there will be nothing. So they have to be right. All of them. Even your representatives, your senators.
Those people.
Yes, these are the people that are closer to you. President don't even know what you face. But people from your constituency, whom you choose to represent you, what are they doing? These people get constituency allowances, they get a lot of things. The majority of the things is not with the president alone. They distribute responsibilities. But it is the job of the presidency to hold them accountable. The money you took for this constituency, where is the project? Show me first. See, the amount of money that was given to these people on street light alone in the last year budget. Street light, solar.
11,000.
There is not supposed to be a dark spot in this country again. As you come up for your house, there is still light every, but
we can't find that.
That's the issue. And the presidency, is he holding them accountable? That's why I said, if you have part right, part wrong, it's still wrong. So we have to get it right all through. More reasons why I feel like I am happy, because more youths are getting reasons why they need to be involved. We have gone past the era where people who are going to be leading this country are 10 years older than this country. No, we cannot survive with that. You see, most of those generations, the Nigeria of their dream is the one we are living now. I'm telling you, majority of them, when they were born into Nigeria, yes, so they are seeing this present Nigeria as the best compared to the one they used to know.
Though it was better than the one they used to know.
That's the point.
Infrastructural.
Until it got to our generation, and the one we used to know,
it started looking more dilapidated.
Okay.
So now it will take a new set of visions, a new set of understanding, a new set of goals, a new set of generation to drive beyond where we are. More reasons why I will support a younger come next year. Somebody like what's the name? Donald Duke?
Well, not so much on the ballot.
Somebody like came in 19.
Now
you don't see anything.
To the current governor, to the current president. Actually.
Can you imagine? If people like Feladuro Toye are in this country, Donald Duke is there, people like Obi are there, people, in fact, those people are even not very young anymore. People like Oshibajo.
They are no longer young.
They are not. I'm telling you, these people are at their retirement ages. If they are above 65, there's a reason why civil service will ask you to go home.
Because they know you can't be that efficient.
Yeah.
And so now, if as a country, if civil service could understand that as a country, as a system,
yeah.
What happens to a country?
Even private-owned companies will even employ you at that age.
At that age.
But
now, the issue is because I'm trying to drive home a point.
Okay.
The amount of youth in this country is too vast than to be led by old. I kept saying this thing, but people really do not see it my way. Energy is too much. So energy of the leadership is not matching the energy of the follower. Everywhere is just now when the followers are expecting drive, push, and they are ready to make things happen, and nothing is happening. They just take their leave.
But do we say that there are no youths? There are no youths in this administration across.
It's not just being in the administration. It's being at a point where they'll be able to make impact.
No, let's talk about.
You know, something happened recently when JAM changed something.
Yeah.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying he's not doing well, but this new guy solved one problem. major problem with just one thing: simple thinking. You cannot edit JAMB result anymore. You know what you did? You just gave everybody position. You cannot edit your score to jump your position because somebody is fixed in that position you are jumping to. So they will now tell you that you are number 1070 something position in this exam. So don't even bother to.
Don't think that.
So evidence day, and these are little things. I think if the old generation are, handling over, even while they are still alive on stage, they are able to monitor the activities of the younger ones while they hand over to them gradually. You see, it's a time of handing over. Let me begin to count it to you if you don't see it my way.
Okay.
If you look at the traditional landscape, especially in the western region, in the south, look at most of those kings. They are handing over.
And they are handing over to younger kings.
Thank you. These people are coming with energy. I'll give you the example of Oni of Ife. Yeah. I'll give you a few other examples in the southwest. They came, yes, they came with matching energy. They came with matching energy, and that is what we should be looking towards in the political landscape of Nigeria. I'm not saying all the youths are okay to lead. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying all the youths are okay to lead. Some of them, they are not. But we have to be specific about who and who. We know them by character. We have seen them do some things. We have seen them handle issue. See, if you don't allow them handle issue, how do you know their capacity?
All right. Historically in Ekiti State, it has been known that their elections can be fierce, can be battle waged. The whole idea of this party coming in, the governorship. But this year's election took another turn, whereby people come out to vote peacefully. Getting from the information from our correspondent, everywhere is peaceful, the atmosphere is peaceful, there is no protest, there is nothing. What can you say about that from the previous election and this year's election?
Let me tell you one thing that's going to continue in the southwest. In fact, the whole of the south, there is going to be, like from now on, there will be hardly a time that you will have trouble in elections anymore. People are tired of fighting.
Okay.
Everybody, see, on this side of Nigeria, I can tell you that clearly. On this side of Nigeria, this southern side of Nigeria, people are tired of fighting. Nobody is fighting anymore. Everybody just wants to be okay.
What energy do you even have to fight right now?
Now, who never show they fight? Now, the issue is a lot of things are going on. People are going through a lot. Yeah. Everybody is finding a way out.
Absolutely.
You know, I sold my car last year. I had to. It's a very difficult decision for my family, but we had to. Because he is taking a chunk of what is coming here and is affecting other things. How much do I fuel car before for the whole month? That thing did not just times 2, it did not times 3, it's almost times 5. Yeah. And the income is still almost the same. So it affected a lot of things. School fees increased, house rent increased, fuel increased, everything increased, income remains. So at one point or the other, it now became the problem of choice. Which one is more important than the other? You know, go shop. Will I park my family on the road? So I have to pick according to preference.
Scale of preference.
Yes. So accommodation, feeding, then the education of the kids and myself, because I still go to school. My wife still goes to school. You know, all those things, they are very, very important. You wear clothes. Children don't even want to understand that your salary does not increase. Yeah. Now, all these things are why I have to look one or two. I said, my dear, this issue don't deal with. This thing has to go. She said, no problem. And I have to let it go. It's the reality that we find ourselves. And we have to abide by it. Now, the reality is eating on everybody. Everybody just wants things to get better. Nobody is fighting. The general election is going to be peaceful. It's going to be very peaceful. Nobody is willing to fight for anybody as it is now.
You fight for yourself.
If you want to fight, go and carry your family and be fighting. With this shege that everybody is seeing. And I love it because, you see, before, we never had the understanding that it could be like this.
Very true.
Now that we are at this point, we know it is real. So from this point henceforth, everybody begins to use their head. You see, if you have not lived the reality before, it will look like my rage to you is almost coming, but it's not coming. It's almost coming, but it's not coming. But now it's coming.
It's here.
We have seen it. We see the result of our own choices. Now it is very important to make the right every time.
Yeah. So aside from the fact, sorry Joshua for continue, aside from the fact that it is touching everybody in the country.
Everybody.
So if you are to look at Ekiti State now and this peaceful election, do you think it is because of the incumbent governor, what he has been doing, or how he has run the state for the past 3.5 years?
Well, it might be, but one thing I know is people are more enlightened now. People are more knowledgeable.
Can we credit that to INEC too?
It's not even about INEC alone. Internet is doing its part. A lot of knowledge is moving every time. People create content, government do their part, everybody is trying to educate. That's why I said those olden days, the reason why there seems to be more violence is because there were no access to information. And we fight the fight online. You abuse me, I abuse you. Now we have gone past the era of packing stone. I got laugh to somebody. If you abuse me, tell me I use police and arrest you.
And that's the case.
But you see, that brought a lot of calmness
to everybody.
Since when was the last time you saw people fight on the street?
No, I don't want to try it.
People don't even have that time to do that anymore. People, because everything is almost content now. You bash me, I put my phone, I create content. I was coming this morning. Everybody is focusing on their lives now. No time to fight anymore.
Well, talking about no time to fight, and one of the things that makes democracy very pleasing is also the place of options.
Yes.
Options. Because if we are talking about the governor right now, Oyebanji, he also has some competitors who particularly are also very powerful beings, especially from a political party that seems to be the major opposition of the APC right now.
Okay.
But though the defection of Peter Obi from that particular party is now making it look like it might not be the major opposition anymore. But then the ADC still stands strong. And the candidates which they are fielding for the Ekiti election happens to be someone who had served within the state over time. He had been a secretary within the state. He had held many positions, with time. And it's also someone kind of popular. Kind of popular in place of Bejide Oluwadari Patrick. Also, we have someone competing against him also from the People's Democratic Party. This particular personality was first removed by a court order, but then he's back now on the ballot in the person of Dr. Wole in the actress now. And many people have speculated that it's going to be majorly a 3-horse race. It's not as if we don't have youths, particularly in contesting, but they said this time around it's just
going to be focused on those
three people, because we feel that these three personalities are the ones that people want to focus on majorly. Now, ADC fielding Bejide Oluwadari Patrick, and we are also having Dr. Wole, who happens to also be a businessman as well as a doctor. Now, do you think, because though when we talk about People's Democratic Party, they have been bedeviled by lots of
internal crises.
The Unisom Wike versus the Turaki Khan and all these kind of things. And ADC currently, though having their own internal crisis,
they have issues too.
Is not as loud as that of the PDP. But then the personalities they fielded are kind of strong personalities. How do you see this flipping? Because you talked about anyone the youths are concerned about.
Yes, yes. In this election, anyone that has the support of the youth has the day. That's the truth. But now, do you know that both the PDP and ADC, they seems like cousins to me? It just be like cousins, trying to do one or two. What I expected was probably one of them to collapse into each other. In the state
to make the opposition more formidable,
more stronger. That was my expectation for a very long time, but it didn't happen. And well, with those two not on the same page, there's hope for APC, because there's going to be a division, and that division, whatever division that happens between the two, is an addition to indirect addition to the APC. You get what I'm saying? So if ADC is same age, this election would have been a walkover for them, and they both now focus on having majority of the youth on their side, because whoever is trying to win election in Ekiti State with these current statistics, youth are the most important to you, and business people.
Business people. Why
Yes.
business people?
They have
The
a
resources.
very high number. Youth, the artisans and the people, they are the most above 100. And maybe traders, which are basically most of the time they are women, up to like 80% of them. When anywhere you hear the word trader, just put your mind to at least 60-something% women. You get? So judging with that statistics, if PDP and ADC are both on the ballot, indirectly I have a kind of, it's personal to me though, that there's hope for APC.
Do not you think it can have national consequences to us? Because
it will.
About.
It had in 2023. It will have in 2027.
Because people have talked about this.
Because imagine in 2023 that Obi and
Article Ped
were on the same page.
Just like in 2019.
Yes.
They were a bit more formidable then.
You know, they were stronger in 2019.
Very strong.
If that had happened,
Don't say it's okay because it's okay. You guys hand over your microphone. You watch out. No. Hand over your microphone to someone. Hello, guys. Let's set ourselves now. Everybody.
to now jump and say we are not comfortable here anymore, and they left. You get? Now, the only challenge I think APC had was not being able to manage that momentum they had, the ADC, with
in Ibadan,
okay,
hosted by Governor Sheyi Makinde,
yes,
where some faction of the People's Democratic Party talked about how they were going to just present a joint candidate.
Yes.
And I was thinking that after
Okay, sir. Hey, quiet! I'm quiet! Hold quiet now! Quiet! Excellent.
go back,
history,
the history
saw the
it took them, if all of them together are not able to make that kind of personal interest, because if you want to have a unified, a lot of personal interests will be sacrificed on the table of unified outcome. So until you're able to make those sacrifices on unified outcome, nothing is going to happen. I'm telling you this for free. I do not see Obi winning independently in 2027. Go and write it down. I do not see Atiku winning independently in 2027. Who else?
Those are the competitors. And maybe there's a Showore. Somewhere.
Yeah, people like Showore, Adewale, Adebayo will have their time. You can't write it. They will have their time. You see, these people, age is not on their side too. None of them is less than 50. Showore is well above 50, if I'm right. Is it?
Yeah.
What's your top priority or if elected as the next governor?
When we have to decision that we are implementing, so we go on.
You being the candidate, what are you going to be saying to him and those probably?
Once again, the people of Ekiti State will head to the polls to make their voices count in the governorship elections slated for 20th of June 2026. Ekiti State stands at another defining moment when its people from 16 local government areas of the state will decide who takes on the mantle of leadership for the next 4 years. The political stage is set, as it is, though, described as a two-horse race between the incumbent governor,
sit down, put a team together that will strategize what exactly it is needed to move this country forward.
Well,
so let's stand a chance to lead this country one day.
But let me say this actually, because before we say this, actually, we are having an update from Ekiti right now. The governor to us, well, is right now casting his own vote.
Okay.
Yeah, Governor Ibanji. And one thing I discovered about his personality is I was trying to do my research, and I discovered that he did something after he became governor in 2022, and he began to build bridges between past governors.
Himself and
if you remember in
governors.
2022, Shagoni, who the court removed before they placed Governor Kayode Fayemi, actually contested under the party, the SDP, against Oyebanji and all that. But then, ever since then, Oyebanji became a friend to Shagoni.
Yeah,
even though he did not serve under Shagoni.
He didn't serve under Shagoni. But he became a friend to Shagoni. Yeah. He became a friend to Ayo Fayoshe, as well as other governors who had served. Even his predecessor, Kayode Fayemi. And we are having an issue where, for the first time ever in a governorship election, especially that's attached to Ekiti, all past governors seems to be endorsing Oyebanji. How do you see that, and how do you think it can help his victory?
That's what leaders do. You see, one thing is there are two faces to peace. There's absolute, there's relative. There are some people you cannot afford to have them as enemy. You must maintain peace with them, if not absolute, at least resolute. A kind of peace that can give you access to them when needed, when necessary. If as a leader you are not able to maintain at least relative peace with people, your data that one,
that's a punchline.
Behave as a sense to make relative peace, that you will remove the idea of we are fighting. That will not do. We are not fighting. We are not very close, but
we are not fighting at the same time.
We are not fight. Make sure that we are not fighting. That we are not fighting day first, because whoever you are not fighting with, it's easier for you to walk up to them and say, "Egbon, so is what we have done so far. What do you think is best going forward?" Now, you see, in Yoruba land,
as a whole,
people appreciate it when you put them where they feel like they should be. I'm not talking about putting them in their place like the way we use it. When you accord the respect they deserve to them, people appreciate it. That's who we are. And as somebody who is culturally brought up, who understands what being a Yoruba person is, that should not be a problem to you. Looking up to somebody and say, "Egbon, at this point, what do you think is next for us to do?" Elderly people, they see seeking advice, seeking their friendship as according them their respect. And I think that is what that man had done in the best interest of leadership. Saying, "We know that you and this person you used to have, but is there a way we can just resolve this thing for the sake of relative peace?" And he's able to bring all of them together and say, "Okay, 1 or 2 days at this point, let us just find means to sort them." And I think that into his advantage is what every leader should do. You must be able. You don't create problem as leader. You must be able to break down the existing ones, see how to resolve them, be on the same page, because it's easier to move on when all of us are on the same page than people going this way and some people say, "No, Allah, they go your own and they go this way." Those people that go away, they matter.
And they matter very much.
They matter
very much.
Yes.
And speaking of peace, and you made mention of peace and Yoruba the other time.
Yes.
This you also made mention of the fact that people are not really interested in arguing again or fighting on the streets and we got to understand that federal government deployed 31 police personnel to the Ekiti, and from the civil defense we have 10,000. However, Josh, I think you saw the story this morning whereby Motekun vigilante groups were barred from election duty. And I was like, why? What is going on? I mean, this is Ekiti State, it is southwest.
You know, the time we discussed the issue of state police, you know, I told you. I said the reason why they are not giving us state police yet is not because they don't want insecurity to be resolved. It's because they trust governors
with the personnel,
with the use
of those personnel.
State police when it comes to issues like this.
Okay.
you see my point now. I have seen this for a very long time. If they give state police, nobody they give auto that drags things to the other side, go bring out inside.
So that means that
I have the of the state police as a governor. John is coming where I am a major contender. What do you expect? That I will not use what I have? More reasons why Amotekun should not be even involved at all at the moment. Okay. But I get the point of putting secure. You know, Ekiti shares border with North Central.
Yeah, true.
Which makes their border porous to attacks from kidnappers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know that, yeah.
You get? So if the federal government is taking the initiative to put more security, especially at those borders, is a good one, such that there will be assurance for people, assurance of security for people to come out and exercise their right. You get? But Amotekun, even if they are going to be used, they should be used as the security of
so not borders. Election duty.
No, not when the governor has direct authority over the activities of Amotekun.
I want to ask
within
this
the state,
actually, because I think if we are talking about Amotekun state policing and on. We all know that with what is happening in the Nigerian conversation today, very soon state police will be fully in play.
Yes.
And subsequently we'll be having elections like this.
Yes.
Where we know we will need a lot of security.
Yes.
Are we saying that because of the power of incumbency, we might not be able to fully attend to the issues of security because the government might use them to... Now, why am I saying this? Because there was a time I had a conversation with someone and they were suggesting that if the incumbent is to compete in an election, why not we begin to look for rules in 2 ways to guide the state police?
It's not just rules, laws.
Number one, if you are an incumbent that wants to return, you will have to step down pending the period of election.
You know they work that way. Who go come day office?
The deputy governor can be in there.
The deputy who intends to come back with the
are you that's one. Or better still, like late President Muhammadu Buhari suggested.
Okay.
Let there be financially autonomous state legislator, judiciary,
good,
and maybe state local government.
Yes,
there won't be any problem.
You know, we have discussed this issue before. We have discussed this issue before. That autonomy, give it to everybody. You know, when I came, I appreciated Tinubu for that. A very good step. Autonomy to local government. These people, let them run their government by themselves. They are the closest to the people. I know my Shama, I know his house. I don't work. Shama, this place, we know what is coming to the Shama. If we cannot catch governor like this, say we
catch him.
Shama, we gather there, do this thing. Because they are the most set of people that can be pressured by the people to do what people want. Shama, dey here now. If we match go that local government no go contain us, contain Shama, because Shama is the closest to us to see. Let these people have their own. There is nothing bad in having local police. US get sheriffs.
Yeah, they are sheriffs on local level.
There is nothing bad in having firefighters under the local government. Local government pays them directly.
And this local government gets at least almost all local governments in Nigeria right now is getting over 400 million.
Yes, let them get the money. Let the chairman pay local police. Let him be responsible for local firefighters. Let him be responsible for all those things. He ensures more security. You see, before things will divide from up to reach local, they take. Let it come straight to the local government. Let's be able to hold our chairman. Say, Oga, money they come, how far? Fix these things. Then shift responsibility from the federal level. Shift it to state. Let us clearly know what the local government is responsible for. Have the federal police, have the state police, have for local government. Local government is closer to the people. If anything is up, we can go to Sherman house for night, knock it, Oga, everyone on boss, come out. See, it takes direct responsibility from the people. Local government Sherman is one of the few people that cannot contest in Ondo and move to Alagbaka.
He definitely moves.
He can't. Because he's not a member of representative. His office is here. Where will he move to? We gather there. Anything that happens in the community happens to all of us. Now, when more responsibility is committed to them, they'll be more serious. Their hands are tied. What comes to the state government is whatever it is. It is not supposed to be. Let the autonomy go round. Let people know what the responsibility of each person is. So that everything will not be blamed on the federal government. Federal government this, federal government that, federal government this, that.
But what about state governors? Like, because what I was trying to ask initially, if these laws are not set, the state police will be under the governor. Technically, when elections like this happens, the governor will be the one to dictate what they are going to do. And
the
if
personnel
to dictate, because of he wants to win his seat back again, problem will be there. Because most of the
we cannot 100% remove those problems, but we can reduce them to the minimum. See, structure is the most important. We have seen a lot of countries run these things. How do they run it? Ask questions. You get, once you are able to probe into a system, you find out exactly how it operates. You see, the system that has not existed successfully in other places is what we call impossible.
I think I like that.
We have seen it work in other places. There is FBI for the federal government in the United States. There is state police department. You see New York State Police Department, New York Police Department, NYPD. You will see for each state. Then I have the sheriff in locations. In one major town, there will be office of the FBI, office state police, office of the sheriff, so that everywhere you dey, security is ensured, so that even if anything happens, at first the local security will be there. If they cannot contain it, they seek support from the state. If the state find it out of control, the FBI comes. So that everybody will now operate within their jurisdiction. Now, majority of the people who operate in the local sheriff are those who were born and bred in the court. They know the in and out. You cannot come and perpetrate evil
in that place without
no, they know every way that leads in and goes out of the place. They are the best to secure their hometown. They put them in charge, and most of these people, they want the best for their city. This is where they born you. This is where you call home. The best thing you can do is in place.
Well, actually, before we discussion, if you are looking at your screen, actually, we have been making videos showing you that the governor right now is casting his votes. I think from the updates we're getting over time, he's finished casting his votes as we speak. But then,
speaking of the governor casting his vote and bringing it back to Oyebanji, so we have two major political parties that are competing with him, and that is PDP and ADC.
Due respect to other political parties.
So this is not the winner of the election.
Okay.
So yes, and we are saying that if Oyebanji comes, he makes
breaking a very good
record.
Yes.
So, and what do you think can be the factors that will not make Oyebanji comes back?
Well, like I have said,
seeing his track record has been a very good governor.
Okay. So to say,
I
don't live in Ekiti.
Yes.
So I really cannot expressly say he's 100% good.
Yes, we can't say that.
You get, and you cannot satisfy everybody.
Not at all.
So, no matter how good he is, some people will still have something to say.
Okay.
And that is why he cannot win election 100%. You get. So, but for the fact that ADC and PDP are on that ballot at the same time,
it's very difficult.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I tell you.
Because the reason why I actually say that is because he has the power of incumbency, the sentiment of the people, and the backs of
the national. Lose election before.
Yes,
but this country
is always quite different.
They go to your house later.
Okay.
The is we are seeing incumbents lose. Oyetola was in went to his house. It happened. See, the issue is, like I said, this current generation, what happens to you is more of who you are now. Okay. Nobody look at you and say, this guy. You know, one of the complaints of people in Osun State against Oyetola was not because he was actually like that. They said he's too quiet. Osun people were with Aregbesola for 8 years. They are used to drama. When Oyetola came, being a quiet, reserved person that he is, he's not able to keep up with the
drama.
So one of the major issues, because they are quiet governors. Now you see, they didn't have that same complaint with that's as the make you know they hear some like that. Now the issue is personality
matters.
says a lot about you.
No, that's someone that was very extreme. Found at places eating with you.
Now, the issue is most of this because carrying people along, catching attention, retaining it on you.
It's very important. Even more than what you do as a governor.
It's important in politics. Do you hear what I'm saying? Catching attention, retaining that attention on you, doing things that makes people talk about you every time, doing things that makes people want to see you appear every time. As a leader who seeks to hold his office a long time, it is important. As much as you are trying to work administratively to ensure the good of the people, you must be available physically people to see, be on ground. You get what I'm saying? I regret we attend event with school uniform
on the other side.
That one we train for like 3 months.
And you know, that thing sometimes people make underperformers seem as if they are performing. Because to a very large extent, one of the complaints many people had against people like Ayo Fayoshe, or maybe Kayo the Fire Mate as well, they had Fire Mate wasn't that
it wasn't that controversial.
Though, at the second tenure, the last year or the last 2 years,
they got that scoop.
It cut the scoop and was a bit, they were there where he did the leg dance particular time. And a lot of people saw him and were like, wow, you two can do all those things. Fayoshe was but then people looked at, because when we started this conversation, we asked about what they have done. At the state met with their potential. A friend of mine made a statement one time. He posted it on his X app, and he said, if we were able to look at intelligence and use it to judge with how development should happen, Ekiti State should be the most developed.
Yes.
They permitted people who we are used to theatrics to be their leaders, rather than people that were actually
qualified
or qualified enough to bring the development in the state.
The problem is everywhere in Nigeria. It's not limited to Ekiti State.
But why mostly in Ekiti? Because they are called the fountain of knowledge and
no be to just be a fountain of knowledge.
They have the best now.
Sometimes people with good intention are not really, because you see, it's difficult to measure intention. Intention is not a measurable. There's no yardstick
to measure intentions.
Yes, because intention is like hope, and these are things that are subjected to change as situation unfolds. You say go no say this thing where you get intention to do, you know, go fit one more. Now, these things are not enough ground for people to now consider you the best because you have just intention. You must have a way of. That's why I said, as much as you have good intention, your way of showing it is also important. This Nigeria as a whole, we trade on attention. Everybody wants to get attention. So the person that gets the most attention is the man of the day. This thing is evident in everything we do. Look at the African Magic Award thing. People did not wear most of those clothes because they wanted to just wear clothes. They wanted the attention. So they came prepared. It is what it is. That's who we are in Africa. That's who we are, especially in Nigeria. The biggest attention was the day. So as much as you are nursing good intention, drag the attention.
That's a political tip there. As much as you are working towards
good intention, you want to drag the attention. You want to drag the attention. People must know that you really want to serve. Mind you, to be eye service. Because the best Nigerians do to drag attention is eye service. It doesn't have to be eye service. Be yourself, but drag attention. Drag attention. Then manage your life well. Don't be caught up in scandals.
You
see, scandal attention are faster to move than any other thing, especially in this social media age. Straight to your house.
It's not something that the world actually forgets easily.
The internet does not forget. Before they say two things about you, they don't drag the video come. And that is why consistency is important. Don't say one today and say another tomorrow. Be consistent. Even as much as you are trying to drag the make your intentions known and be consistent about it. So if you want to do it, you must have done your job very well. Know the story to tell. Don't change. Be yourself, but don't let the attention go. One of the things Obi enjoyed
in the last election,
was that attention. And I see him even post-election. He tried as much as possible to retain that attention. Going from place to place, appear in different places, take pictures with people, do this. He's not doing that because he has the time. He's doing that to retain that attention. People see you and shout, hey, give them attention. If you snub people, nobody will shout anything when you come tomorrow. You, as they shout, just join them, they shout, take pictures, be okay, and go your way. That's who they see you at, be consistent. If Obi had changed a bit after the election, nobody will remember him. Or you got to airport, somebody wanted to take video, you snubbed and you went away. You are going to have pictures. You are going to have problems. Some of the celebrities can testify to that. They had those yes, because you felt you are too busy to do what? These people are the reasons why you are popular in the first place. You get? So I felt like good intention. It does not matter how much of it you have. It must come with good attention. It must come with good attention. So the wrong people, I'm coming back to that question. Why the development is still slow in Nigeria at large?
Which will be the last thing we ask because our time is fast.
The wrong people has the good attention. That's just the thing.
All right, let's come down
to as
the good attention.
The wrong people has the good attention. Wow, that's actually a nugget there.
I will store it.
So let's actually come back to before, in the last election of Ekiti State, there was Momodu Yakubu as the INEC chairman, and now we have Amupiton Joash as in. So what do you say about the INEC performance back then and now?
Amupiton does not have a choice than to impress.
Okay.
He has, I think
if he does not impress, he should go there. He's coming. I think this is going to be his second.
He had attended to Anambra election before.
Okay. I remember. Now, these are the things that will improve his own portfolio as the INEC leader. Your ability, because these ones, they are not so big. If you cannot undo these ones that are not so big,
how will you handle the bigger one?
What quality will you say you have to handle the bigger one?
But do you think it's only about Amupito? Don't you think sometimes the subordinates too as well?
Like I said, power is always like this, from top down. People come with ideas. You see, the level of ideas, the level of organization, the perfection of the system of any organization is more than 50% determined by the leader. The way you make it seem, how important you make it to those around you is how important they will take it to be as the leader. So the bulk of everything comes back to you. How many staffs of INEC do you know personally?
Aside from Amupito, Joash.
So if INEC fail, okay, simple as that.
Nobody knows the others.
Nobody knows anybody. The name on the mouth of everybody is Amupita. Oga, why are you doing this? And he must give a good explanation, make people understand why it should be done exactly the way they are doing it, and good result must come out of it.
Well, good.
That's what makes him qualified for the general election in 2020.
When he solved this case
before the general elections,
is there anything that is not possible in Nigeria?
So if it can crack this case now, it's like a litmus test to general election.
Yes, many people have accused him of being, a friend to the ruling party. Many people have accused him for being, and many people also talked about the fact that Amopiton will have a test of how tech savvy is going to be with his own administration. One of the two things that people are going to look out for today is one, the effectiveness of the beavers. You see also we're asking Temitope about it today, that how effective is the beavers and all that. And I'm already seeing some tweets as well to trying to talk about its efficiency. We're trying to track and follow up with what is happening. Even other media outlets, KAFTAN is also giving us quick updates as we speak. And the other part will be the IREV. Which has to do with transmission, and which was one of the major things that caused
problem in the last
back for the electoral reform. That you see this time around, it must be mandatory that people must send it real time.
Yes,
and cool. However, though, they said we still have to use the E308. You are still going to work on what is
at this age and time. I don't think anything electronic should be a problem in Nigeria.
That's what I'm trying to ask you.
Now,
because you are in that field.
The issue is, although we have to be very clear
on it.
We have to be very clear on it, because, you see, there are places with their peculiarity. And as long as we will still demographically separate some places to be urban and some to be rural, we have to know each of those places we have their peculiarities. You see, in the United States, the way they handle things are very different. Election starts before the election starts in the United States, where people from those places that could not be easily reached technologically are allowed to come and cast their vote ahead of the election. You know that about the US election, right?
Definitely.
So there's nothing that cannot be done. But this point of saying because it does not reach everywhere is not an excuse not to start. By statistics, how much of the rural, how much of the urban? Let us see which one is more. If the amount of the urban that we have and where network is active is far beyond, then we have to just capture the remaining places and find another solution to them. And you see, the major place that has the network and the electricity, let us believe that transmission, real-time transmission is the best solution for them.
So that means you are saying that we can't have 100% real-time.
We might not be able to. But you see those places that we have there's no excuse. In fact, the result of those places have a large impact to play in the determination of the election results.
So you feel this issue of glitches will still be something that they will talk about even in elections like this?
They had 4 years, to remove glitches. From 2020, are you telling me that INEC has not been working? So what are they being paid for? If since 2023 you have seen the problems of that election in 2023, and you have 4 years to another election and you are not doing anything, you are not developing something to solve the problem, you are not bringing in new ideas to mitigate those problems, then you are not doing something as an organization. You get?
Yeah.
So 4 years is what we're talking about, and elections like this are the best place to test their ideas ahead of the general election. You get what I'm saying? Places like Ekiti, small, is limited to a state.
Just a state.
Perfect to test new ideas.
So they can be tested around for new ideas.
Then the little mistakes be corrected ahead of the general election. You get? Yeah. So, but presently, I don't work with INEC. I don't know how far they have gone. Yeah. By the time this election will be concluded, we will see how much they have improved. You get? But it is expected of them
by now
to have made at least, to have been able to solve at least more than 75% of the problem we faced previously, if not 100.
Well, thanks so much, Samson. Actually, we can't take more than this for now in this segment.
Thank you so much.
We also need to begin to look at other things that are happening within the state. And yes, we'll be back with other segments. But then, I think it is indeed understanding where Ekiti is coming from helps us better appreciate the significance of the decisions voters are making today as events continue to unfold across the state. Of course, now shifts from historical perspectives to real-time development from the field. We appreciate our guests, Samson, for actually sharing
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Samson. Really appreciate this. And though, coming up next, we will take a brief report break where we will bring you updates from polling units, reactions from voters, and the latest information from our correspondents stationed across the state. Stay with us. Our special election coverage continues shortly.